If you got a little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit your stride. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the groove get good, go right to left. Shut up, y'all. We got grab the tread. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. Then stretch and walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. So I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. And my eyes can't get it right. They gon' be my guide. And I'll follow the trouble. When I don't understand, I will surrender to your plan for me. Don't clap your hands, everybody. I say feet don't fail me now. Don't chase it, ready? Yeah, somehow I walk.
You know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. I will trust you. So here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. I'm walking. Yeah. My eyes can't get it right. Yeah. Faithful be my guide. And even through the trouble, I don't understand. I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get the green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like feet. Don't fail me now.
Tell you like I am, by faith. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, say I am. I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, will be my guide. Oh yeah, I'll follow. When I don't understand, I surrender to your plan for me. Grandmama now. I'm walking. Go ahead, get Papa. I'm walking. Oh yeah. I'm walking.
Everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined, and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Dan Lee.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the same.
That was unnecessary. We're just now getting in reports that all the children have exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
That's none of your business. Do you hear that? Cut the music. Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
That's the sound of us slowly dying. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. It's louder in my left ear.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting
I
from
actually
where
have some
I
more
am.
questions for you. Okay, we're going to go to Kevin Lee Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nick Lee Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know.
but it doesn't look good.
That looks bad.
Yeah, it's probably bad.
Let's go to our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy.
Man, I am so high up right now.
You are in a helicopter.
I didn't know that when I got in. I thought it was a weird car.
What do you see up there?
Everything, it's too much. We were never supposed to see this. I need to go back down.
You stay right there. We're going to go to commercial.
Have you recently lost a child because they exploded? Because that's crazy. How are we all not talking about this? I feel like that really got glossed over real quick. That's a huge thing. Call Tedley. 555 call Tedley. I want to talk about this. Call Tedley now.
And we're back. Let's check in with Morgan Lee Freeman with sports. Morgan Lee.
I just want to take this sports time to say that whatever you hear about me in the next 24 hours is completely false. People are going to say things and have documents and recordings to back up what they say, and it's just not real. You should believe me and not their solid evidence. Knicks take it by 2.
This is when champions are born. We're going now to Frankly Sinatra with the weather, Frankly.
It's everywhere.
We won't be hearing from him anymore. Coming up, a cat learns how to water ski and then drowns.
If you're as gifted as you say you are, sometimes the gifted gets gifts that don't make sense. God gave me a gift called denial. When I tried to get that building, I've been sitting there for years, and I went and walked around that building, prayed on the doorsteps of the building, preached in it with a hole in the ceiling. When I tried to buy the strip mall next to Forestdale, we stood in church. I got the keys, failed every inspection possible, lost every dime I had on my earnest money. He gifted me with failure. Only problem is, I didn't know it was a gift till it came time to negotiate this. Now I'm sitting in the room with this like, no, we need inspections. I want to make sure we do so-and-so. Let's put this right here in escrow. Let's make sure we do an amortization sheet for XYZ. And they looking at us like, what school you went to? Failure. I went to the school of hard knocks, majored in hell, trials, and tribulation, but graduated summa cum laude because I knew God, what he had for me, the devil couldn't take from me. I got spiritual intelligence to discern an obstacle from opposition. Obstacles develop you, opposition distracts you. I know what your next level look like. I'm gonna put something in your present that's gonna develop you for your future. But if you ain't got spiritual intelligence, you're gonna think it's a problem, not a present.
Don't make me cry. And wonder why I feel the way I feel. I was for sure the love's real. I was for sure the love's over.
You make me wonder why I even lost you. You had me shedding tears like a faucet. I'm scared to fall in love cause it costs you. You can feel the pain going through my pulse. You got me out here changing and all. You taking up a space in my heart. Sometimes thinking about the past give me nausea. Sometimes thinking about the past also. Lately I'm approaching the future with some caution. Really had me believing I was yours. Breaking my heart in pieces, broke yours. Are you sure that's what you wanna do? You can only pick one side. I guess you done chose. Made you number one, you didn't cross me too. One time isn't enough for me to cut you loose. Try to take your word, I ain't need no proof. But now that bridge is burned, I'd rather live and learn than live without the truth. Really had me believing I was yours. Breaking my heart in pieces, broke yours. Really had me believing I was yours. Breaking my heart in pieces, broke yours. Are you sure that's what you wanna do? You can only pick one side. I guess we been chosen.
Yo, good morning. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right this morning. Good to see y'all. Everybody's doing well. As y'all can see, I'm still doing my hair. I am still doing my hair, so I am not camera ready. So y'all gonna have to just put up with that. I'm just gonna be rubbing my hands through my hair while I figure all that out, because I am not camera ready. You ever just had a bad hair day? I mean, you ever just had one of them days where you was just running, just boom, 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 and your hair just will not sit properly for whatever reason? Yeah, that's me this morning. So y'all gonna have to see this. Y'all gonna have to see me just doing my hair. So, yep, we hood over here this morning. Hey, y'all, good morning. You're locked in with Zeke live in the morning. Yeah, look at that. Don't even look right. You trying to do my hair on camera. Hey, you're locked in with Zeke live in the morning. This is a great way to start your day. I say that all the time. So thank y'all for joining in with us. Thank y'all for locking in with us. Thank y'all for you could have been doing anything else in the world this morning, and yet here you is with me, with my little old self, with my bad hair day. So thank y'all for locking in. It's Thursday, January the 12th. I cannot read. It's Thursday, June the 12th. And it's actually my cousin's birthday. Shout out to my cousin, Jonathan. It's his birthday today. I think it's my dad's birthday, too. But shout out to Jonathan on his birthday. Shout out to my dad. Happy birthday to him. Lionel Locke. Yeah, shout out to all of that. Y'all heard that song that we just playing, Burning Bridges, that last song that played during the pre-show? Yeah, it's my cousin Jonathan, JC. Y'all remember he was on the show one time when he released that song. So it's his birthday today, so shout out to him. What else? Man, it's a good one today. I tell y'all every day, it's a great way to start your day. I mean that every day. I mean that every single day. And so I'll keep saying it every single day. But this is a great way to start your day. And so I definitely am glad that y'all have decided to lock in with us. And we've got another great one. Of course, I'm your host, Zeke Locke, and I've got we ain't doing that today. Devil. I'm still sinuses, right? We got another great one today, of course. I'm your host, Zeke Locke. We've got my mans Eric Rideout and Richard Holmes might pop in here today. He might pop in, he might, he's out of town. We saw him traveling yesterday. They was flying private. Family was flying private. That looked real cool. We all want to do that. We all aspire towards it with the past star. So anyways, y'all, So we'll be here, but we got a great one today because we are talking about what it's like getting out, man. What is it like, life after bars, after the time is served? What's it like? And so we've got a special guest today. His name is Marvin Treadwell. He works with me with Live Free and the Community Healing Resource Center, and we be out here in this community. We'll be out here hitting blocks and doing stuff, talking to people, knocking on doors, praying for folks, all that kind of stuff like that, trying to get people away from the violence, or at least to get them healed from the violence. But Marvin is a system impacted person, and so he's gonna come on and talk about what his experience has been like what his experience has been like getting out after that time has been served. And man, he's got a story to tell. It's a great story. That's why I asked him to be on the show today. So thank y'all. But this is my, I don't want to make it sound like this. This is my disclaimer though, that sometimes we can act a little bougie, we can act a little sedity and act like that can't hit our household. Somebody going to jail, somebody going to prison, especially us church folks. We try to act like we better than that. But the reality is that most of us, I would put money on it that the vast majority of us as black folks here in America know somebody who's either been system impacted, like it's like they're system impacted. So we either know somebody that's in that vein, or we know somebody who knows somebody who's dealing with it. So we'd know more. I would argue that the vast majority, like 98%, 99%. I don't know no real statistics, but I would put money on it that 98, 99% of all black Americans are at least no more than 2 degrees of separation from somebody who is either serving time or has served time. And so this conversation, I think, is relevant. I think it's a good conversation that we'll be able to have. And Marvin, I always say this whenever we have guests on. I always say it. I always say, if I ask any questions or anything that are too what's the word I want to say, hard hitting, or something you're just not ready to deal with, something you don't want to talk about right then and there in that moment, then you can let me know. Marvin was like, no, I'm an open book. Like, you can ask me anything, we'll talk about it. Tell the audience they can ask me questions, they can do all that, because people need to know. People want to know. People want to know what the experience was like being in jail. People want to know what the experience is like getting out of jail. And I don't want to tell too much of his story. We'll wait till he gets here. But just listening to some of that stuff, listening to some of those stories, my goodness, like, the stuff they have to deal with. And again, most of us know somebody who has been impacted. And so, how do you prepare even for someone? Maybe it could be your brother, your sister, it could be your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or your wife. It could be your child that now, your niece or your nephew, your neighbor, or maybe it's just someone that you've mentored, somebody that you go to church with. Maybe it's somebody that you're ministering to. If you're a minister or a pastor, maybe it's somebody that you don't really know how to engage with them because you haven't dealt with that personally, right? You haven't had to deal with somebody getting out. Maybe that's the case. And listen, I get it. I understand it. Like, if you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. And so my whole thing is, let's talk about it. Let's ask questions. Let's do that. And so that's what today's conversation is about. So please, y'all do me a favor. If you haven't already done so, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe. I feel like I just want to hide my hair just so y'all can't see it. I feel like I want to just y'all do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe over on YouTube. Turn on your notifications if you haven't already done so. We appreciate you if you do. You can become a lock star like all these beautiful people that are here right now. And then if you follow on Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff. But do me a favor for today's episode. If you know somebody that will benefit from this conversation, please go ahead and share them or tag them or something like that, and let them see what's going on with this episode right here. Because like I said, this is good conversation, and you never know when that just might hit your household. I got to be honest with you. I remember when my uncle, he was addicted. God rest his soul now, but he was addicted. He ended up in jail quite often, and then came living with us at our house. And boy, was that an experience. That was an experience. I'll just leave it right there at that. But if you don't know what you don't know till you realize that you don't know it, till somebody comes along and tells you don't know it. And so where else will you learn those kinds of things? Where else will you get those kind of answers unless somebody who's been impacted by it is able to talk about it and has no shame and no qualms with talking about it. So that's what our brother Marvin Treadwell is going to do today. So we're going to have those conversations and let him tell his story. I don't want to tell too much, but before we do any of that, let's have a good time this morning. Before we have any of that, it's always going to be a good time. Again, this is Zeke Live in the Morning, a great way to start your day, and I just appreciate all of y'all for jumping on every morning, locking in. And like I said, today is going to be a good one, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to keep it moving. All right. I'm going to go somewhere and finish the rest of this hair in a minute. But before I do that, I mean, it's just not sitting the way I want it to sit. And you know what's crazy is, okay, I tell y'all this all the time. Like, the way I can see myself in the screen right now, it's backwards. Like, so that y'all can see me. Front-facing cameras are more like mirrors, so you would see me like backwards, but I got it flipped so you can see me like head on as if you were looking at me, which means that I'm trying to touch this side of my hair, and I keep putting this hand up. Like, just trust me when I say it's confusing. So I need to go look at an actual mirror. Yeah, man, I got to get my my pretty boy status on, I guess. And I don't know about y'all, wherever you are, but if you in the Chicago area, my goodness, wasn't it hot yesterday? Like, that's why I'm in here in this tank top right now. It was hot yesterday. And so we call it the coach house. We ain't got no central AC. So, I still got to hook up our air conditioners and stuff, because I ain't did that yet. And so we got hit. We was in here just hot last night. So I had to take a cold shower this morning. I had to listen. I'm telling y'all this. I love the heat. I love the humidity, but it just came out of nowhere, and I don't think I was ready for it just yet. So wherever you are, I hope you're staying cool. I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you got some water. I hope if you ain't got those things, please get to them. And if you're in the Chicago area, I just throw it out there. If you're in the Chicago area and you don't have access to some of that kind of stuff, or you need a little bit of help, like please, pretty please, hit me up, the Community Healing Resource Center. Let me throw this announcement up here real quick, because I got to talk about this. We are doing this on Saturday, the day after tomorrow, calling all men, all boys, all young men, all gentlemen, all hardcore Negroes, all thugs, all. If you a dude, we calling on you to come on in on Saturday at APC Morgan Park. If you're in the Chicago area, Saturday, the doors open at 10 o'clock. Program goes from 10:30 to 12. So from 10:30 to noon, we'll be in there. And literally, we sitting at the table. We having brunch together. It's a chance to talk. It's a chance to fellowship. It's a chance to meet folks from the community, to get to know folks. We always talk about how men never get the chance to do anything, especially around Father's Day. Or how men don't get together and just, converse, especially in the church world and stuff like that. We have all those conversations. We talk about all that stuff. So that's what we're doing right here. We are making a way with that. We are letting y'all know that, fellas, we got your back. Come on out. APC Morgan Park is going to be some good food. They told me chicken and waffles was on the menu, so I'm particularly excited about that. And I think I saw some other potatoes on there, chicken and waffles. I mean, yeah, it ain't necessarily the healthiest meal, but it's going to be good. It'll be healthy conversation. And so we've got some conversations around how you can get involved in community, how you can get involved in certain things like with your police district, with CAPS. We got things how you can get records expunged and sealed. We got some stuff for your spiritual health. We got somebody coming to talk about men with mental health. I mean, and no, they're not coming in doing sermons or nothing like that. I want to make sure you know that. They're not all getting up talking for 20, 30 minutes each. They're just making some presentation. They'll have some resources and other things like that you'll be able to some other things like that you'll be able to take with you, because again, you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. And that's, so it's good to at least have some presentations that's there, because again, we're talking about that conversation around jail and prison and stuff. Well, we know some folks who might need records sealed. They might need records. You might be that person. I think I got a couple records I need to get them sealed. Like, I mean, it's just, unfortunately, it's just a thing. I was telling Marvin about when I first got, because y'all know Black in America, that driving while black is a real thing. I was telling Marvin, who's going to be our guest, we were just talking about the show the other day and talking about the experience of getting out of jail and stuff. And I was just talking about, I ain't never been to prison. I ain't never had that. Praise the Lord. I've never had that. But I'd be lying if I said I ain't never been arrested. Now, I'd be lying if I said that 3 times. And, had to get bailed out and that whole 9, so it didn't go far. And it was all over just stupid stuff, traffic violation stuff. Like, my God, they try to hold you down or put a foot in your neck with that stuff. But I was just telling about the time, that, I was talking about driving while black. I was telling about that time, and I don't know if Eric even remembers this, but we were having rehearsal at Hood. Y'all know Hood, True Hood, who'll be on here. We were having rehearsal at his church. We were leaving. I had just got my car. I had it for 2 days, and I still got that car right now, that white Camry. Had it for 2 days. I lied to y'all not. 2 days. So everything was, and I bought it off a lot. So that means all the lights and stuff are working. Yes, the brakes are working. Everything's working good on my car. Everything was working perfect on my car because I had it for 2 days. Going through Eaglewood, 69th or 67th, whatever street that is, the Hood's church is on. Going past what's the park over there? I'm trying to think of Ogden Park. It's Ogden Park, going past there. And I remember getting pulled over by Chicago police, by CPD. Pulled me over telling me my brake light was out. That, brother, How, Sway? How? Like, in fact, I'm gonna even tell you another one. I didn't know how to turn the lights on like I didn't know how to turn the automatics on just yet. So I did. Eric actually called me on the phone. So I was actually on the phone with him when they pulled me because my headlights weren't on. So if they were gonna pull me for anything, we would have thought they'd have pulled me over for my headlights not being on. But there's driving lights, and so they came, they did the little turn, the little U-turn, came around, pulled me up, talking about my brake lights was out. Now, what kind of nonsensical on a new car? No, I did have real tags on it. They did give me real tags, I think, right off the bat. But it was like one of those situations where it was just like, why are y'all pulling me over? For what? Why even? You know what I mean? I didn't get arrested that time, but it was just like little stupid stories like that happen so often. And if you got something as simple as maybe a driving while suspended on your record, and you don't know, because this is what got me arrested, having driving while suspended, like my license being suspended. So I had this whole thing that happened, didn't have insurance. It was a whole long story. But long story short, I had to get an SR22 insurance. It's been years now, but I had to get SR22 insurance. I had this one company that was supposed to be reporting it. They're no longer in existence, but they were supposed to be reporting my SR22 to the state, and they weren't doing that, which meant that my record kept coming back as a suspended license. So I'm paying this additional fee for this SR22, doing all these additional steps, and they're not even reporting it to the state. Some kind of mix-up. So my license kept coming back as suspended. But here's the problem. I kept getting pulled over, not even for speeding and stuff. Pulled over for no reason. I got one time they towed my car from Mantino because the dude was reading my tags. I'm in the gas station and the cop was reading my tag. But I'm inside the gas station. So when I come out, it's a cop behind my car talking about my plates was. Now, why are you in a private lot reading my tags out of the whole full gas station off the expressway? You reading my tags. Now granted. Yes, it came back that the license was suspended. Of course, I didn't know it till he told me. Because I'm thinking everything's together, but here I go again, having to go down this road all over again. But what was you doing reading my tags? For what purpose? To what end? And so that's what I'm saying. Those kinds of situations get people caught up. And if you don't have the means, luckily I had somebody that could come grab my car. They allowed that to happen at least. And then, at least that was the case. But a couple other times, like I said, I had gotten pulled over so many times during that period. It's just with two different cars. I think I went through 2 different cars and that happened. So I'm saying those little kind of things can happen. If you ain't got somebody that can bail you out, if you ain't got no bail money, or you ain't got somebody to come pick your car up, where do you end up? In jail. And you know how many people are sitting in jail right now with no money to get out, and that's the only reason. I remember going to 26 in California, and I'm gonna say this last thing, then I'm gonna bring Eric up so we can do all the other things we does. But I remember doing 26 in California with Jesse Jackson on Christmas Day. Jesse Jackson, Willie Wilson came through there, and Willie Wilson personally paid about I think it was $350,000, something like that, out of his personal own pocket to release a bunch of people from 26 in California. But here's the kicker. They were only in there because their family couldn't afford bail. I remember specifically Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, asking the question. He said, how many of y'all are in here only because you couldn't afford the bail to get out? It had to be 90% of the room that raised their hand. How many of y'all have done more time than you would even get after your trial date because you didn't have bail? So there were people in there who, for the crime that they did, they might have only seen, let's call it a year. But they were sitting in the jail for 2 years at this point, going back and forth because their family couldn't afford to get them bail. So they've already served more time than the sentence would even give them, while they going back and forth with a court system. You see what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff we get caught up in. And so it's so easy for something like this to hit your household. When you think about the Central Park 5, look at how I said how many times I got pulled over pointlessly. Think about the Central Park Five, the exonerated five. Think about them who had confessions coerced out of them. They were just young boys doing that day. We don't know when, how, or if this stuff can hit our homes, but we do know it's possible. And so you need to know some tools, what that looks like and all that. And we just start with some real conversations. So Marvin Treadwell is coming today to have that conversation about 8:30. So you definitely want to lock in for that, because again, we've all been impacted by it. So yep, that's what's going on for today's episode. Let's do this. Let's get to the stage. The one and only, y'all know him, y'all love him. He is the fly guy, Mr. Dr. Pastor Reverend Bishop Eric Rideout. Y'all welcome him to the stage. Gotta keep it. There we go. Y'all welcome him to the stage. There we go.
Them was a few titles, right?
Yeah. What's up, E?
You know what? I was thinking about some of the stuff you said. I remember that night when the police stopped you because we were leaving, that rehearsal. I was behind.
You remember that day? Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't even know if you remember that happened.
I said, his lights are off, but then the police pulled you over too.
Yeah, they told me my brake lights was out.
Yeah, they said your brake lights. So I remember I pulled over and waited because I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
The thing was, man, I remember getting pulled over. We were in Oakland, and we had left that restaurant back in the day called the Paragon. It used to be, I think that was the Paragon or whatever it was. But make a long story short, we're in Oakland. My godbrother, my sister, his sister, and another friend of mine. The police pulled us over almost by Evergreen Plaza used to be, right? A little bit further back. They pulled us over. It was 11 police cars that pulled us over. And they said they put us over because we were going 3 miles over the speed limit.
Ain't that ridiculous?
It was 2 cars behind us, 2 got in front of us. And it's the median going up 95th.
Yeah.
Pulled on the other side of the median. They blocked the street off this side. They blocked the street off behind us. For going 3 miles literally over the speed limit.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. I remember the police. I remember because jail, I've been there, I remember being in Chicago and I was driving and the road was closed. So there was a police officer redirecting us. Like, hey, he got us, go down this street. So, people were curving on the street. And then they blocked the street and gave us our tickets for going up a one-way. And then they arrested. They said, "Oh, you have a warrant." I'm like, "For what? You missed court." I'm like, it was a long situation with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been there, man. I've in the pullover times when we drive and me and a few friends get pulled over. Like, what's up? Where you going? I don't have. And see, I'm one of those. I don't have to tell you where I'm going.
Right, like none of your.
You gotta know people don't know their rights. Like, I don't have to tell you where I'm going.
I might be just taking a drive. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just.
And I was the passenger. Where you had coming from? I'm like, I don't have to answer quick. What's your ID? I don't have to give you my ID. There's not a stop and ID state. Can't have it unless what crime you suspect me of committing. I have a right to ID everybody. Get your sergeant. Get your supervisor. I'm gonna talk to them. Supervisor come. No, we can't do it. Now the funniest thing that happened to me though was the police, and it was one of them aha moments. I was with a friend of mine, him and his wife. I get out. And the police, I literally get out the car. I'm like, there's an Arby's by my house. I'm like, well, I live in these apartments. Say, man, you ain't got to drive through the car. Just let me out. So they pull up in Arby's. I get out. Woo! Pull up right behind us. Like, and I'm like, I'm in the back seat. He's like, don't worry about it. I got it. And the police come in, good morning, good afternoon. What are you guys doing here? He said, I'm letting my friend off. Why? Is that illegal? Well, you're in the private lot. He said the restaurant's still open. I might be going through the drive-thru. You don't know that. Give me your ID and you give me your. He said, ain't nobody giving you nothing. Make a long story short, the guy got smart and got allowed the officer. I'm gonna go. My dude said, you want to see my ID? He flipped it open. He was a sheriff, but he was like a sergeant kind of situation for the county. His wife flipped her. She works for the FBI. So they was just like this thing. Oh, well, I didn't. He said, no. I know your chief. He called him right there while we were sitting there, got him on the phone, told him what happened. The chief cussed his officer out, told him get to the thing. I remember being a manager, man, at the YMCA, and I know we got to go to commercial break. Me and this young Caucasian sister, blonde hair, blue-eyed, one of their favorites. 4:30 in the morning, I'm opening up the YMCA. The 2 police cars pull in. Hey, what are you doing? And My back of my shirt at the time said YMCA supervisor. It's on my shirt. I got a badge on. They walked up to her and said, "Are you okay?" She was like, "Yeah, we going in the store. Do you feel safe?" She was like, "Yeah, this is my manager, and we're going in the building." It was, YMCA is dark. Nobody was in there. This was before the people came in exercise. You know, they walked in there and followed me through the YMCA, 2 officers, to make sure I turned on the lights and had keys and stuff. And they asked her the whole front. She said, the whole I was up there. "Now, does he make you uncomfortable?" And blah, 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 blah. She's like, "No, he's the manager. What is wrong with you all? And we're just looking out for you." Do you know they didn't leave until 2 or 3 people came in to work out? They stood there at the front and watched me until,
people that for harassment. Like,
oh man, let me tell you. My friend, one of my friends is a bass player, was driving home. Police stopped him and took his stuff out of his car, cut his seats up in his Benz the car. Said he was looking for drugs. Said, "Oh, this ain't the right car," and they walked away. Why? Because it's a black dude and on a nice car and all that. So for those of you that say, those people of another race that always like to say, "Yo, there you go throwing the race card out," because it's a real thing.
Yeah, like if you getting pulled over more than like in my younger years, in my younger years, that hasn't happened in a while, and I praise God for that. But in my younger years,
to back up a little bit. I don't know what that's.
But still, you still now carry that fear with you because it could still happen. My younger years, 3-4 times a year, I'm getting pulled over, and I'm not even talking about for speeding and nothing. Like, okay, I give 2 stories, and we're going to a music break because Marvin's coming on at 8:30. So 2 stories, I'm going to a music break. First story, I remember being younger. My parents used to have a Cadillac Seville. It was a real nice one. It was like this cool green color. It had the cream interior, the sunroof. And so I was like 16 when we had that car. So we lived in Hopkins Park out in the country. My Aunt Marlene, she was on yesterday who I was talking to. My parents had sent me to her house up in Kankakee, which is about 20 miles away. Sent me to her house to go and get something. I don't remember what I was going to get, but I was on my way to her house. I was running an errand for my parents.
Okay.
So there's another town in Kankakee County called Aroma Park. Aroma Park.
When the studio
where the studio is. That's where the studio is. Yeah. So Aroma Park Police. So Kankakee is the county seat. So that's where the courthouse is and all that. So Aroma Park Police, the way I was coming through, I'm in the right lane, about to make a right turn on Court Street. Route 17. I'm about to make that right turn right there, right by Poor Boy, right where Poor Boy is.
Right.
So I'm making a right turn by Poor Boy. He's about to make a left turn at that light. You got to make a left or right. So I'm, this is before cell phones was illegal to talk on. So I'm literally talking on the cell phone. It's before that was illegal, y'all. So no, nothing thought of it. Like I'm talking on the phone, I'm listening to my music, I'm doing all that. I even looked over at him. Yeah, we had a stoplight. So I look over him and I'm just, hey, how you doing? Like one of them kind of things, windows down, nice day. He's supposed to be making a left turn. He's not even in his city. I make the right turn. He makes the right turn. I get in front of my aunt's house, which is just a couple streets over. I get in front of my aunt's house. Cop pulls me over. He comes up to the car. This car is registered as stolen. No, it's not. So I give him my license. Of course, my last name is Locke. My parents' last name is Dyson because I told y'all my story. My dad, my father is Dyson, my stepdad. So he's like, well, why is your name Locke and this car is registered in Dyson? Because my parents' name is Dyson. Well, we're gonna have to go look into this. So I call my dad. My dad now, he's he at this time, now he wasn't the mayor yet, but he was very involved in government and other stuff like that. So he knows people, he knows folks. My dad, former cop, investigator, all that kind of stuff. I give the phone. So my dad, let me talk to him. So I give the phone to the cop. I don't know what my dad said to that cop. I don't know what he said, but I'm sure he knew his bosses and all this other stuff. Whatever he said, dude definitely got up out of there real quick. So that was that time. Then there was this other time when I had my own Cadillac. But this is right before LXW days. I had my own Cadillac. It had the half top and everything, the soft top half. Oh man, I love a gold trim and gold and silver mixed trim with this moon rock color. Love my Cadillac. Oh, I loved my car. And I remember I was driving one time. Matter of fact, this was when me and Sticks first started dating. This is way back. We first started talking ever. I was going over to her house. I was leaving from school. I went to her house to go and because I got out early or whatever. So I'm coming down the street. She wasn't there. So I'm going down the street. Now it's dawn. Not dawn, I'm sorry, dusk. So you could barely see anything. There's this cop. I saw him sitting where he was in the hospital parking lot, on the other side of traffic. And there's a lot of traffic on this street. So there's no way he could see my license plate. Let's just put it that way. It's impossible from where he was to see my plate. Now, my plate did have an expired tag. It expired like maybe a few days earlier or something like that. He pulls me over. He's all on some, oh no, I pulled you over because you had expired tags. I'm just looking like, ain't no way you pulled me over for some expired tags.
Like you like tags across the street from the other side.
But the thing was, he calls in backup. Now, apparently that was a shoot. That was a shooting, and apparently that person drove a brown Cadillac. I drove a gray Cadillac, so I don't know where they got that from. Like, and that is the word on the street. This is the word on the streets. Would just be talking, right? Streets be talking. And the word on the street was they drove a Cadillac, so I was getting pulled over on some stuff like that. And since I happened to have an expired tag, it just gave them grounds for it. But here's the thing: that was like, babe, what was like 4-5 cars? Oh no, you didn't even. No, she wasn't even out there. And I'm asking her. It was like 4 or 5 cop cars. They came up to the guns loaded, everything else like that. Get out the car, and it was this one lady. It was in front of a residential thing, and this one lady and her husband or boyfriend or whatever, they were sitting on the porch, and they saw all of it happen. And she was an older lady. She said, just stay calm, baby. Just stay. Like she was just talking me through. It was like that motherly voice. She was an older lady, like right there. If you're from Kankakee, the Jewel that's on Washington Street. It was right there by that, in front of that. And, it's some apartments there, some little hood apartments. And she was, just stay calm, baby. You got somebody you need us to call? And I don't know nobody's number offhand, but I knew my mama's number. I was like, just call this number. Like, the cops got me in cuffs with guns out and everything. I'm talking to this lady. She keeping me calm. I don't know what to think. I'm just trying to remember my mama's number. I'm just 815, not just call that number. That's my mama. Like, just leave her a message if she don't answer. Just tell her son. She was like, I got you, baby. Don't worry. We got if it wasn't for community, ain't no telling how that story could have or would have played out. Like,
or if they hadn't been out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so
it's a real thing. People don't think so. I
was leaving school. Yeah. And mind you, I'm leaving school. Like, I had got out of school early, like getting my master's degree, a double master's. So it ain't like I'm out here thugging, hitting blocks, like terrorizing the neighborhood. I'm leaving an institution of higher education where I'm getting a master's degree. And yet, like, I don't look like I got on like I had on something like, I look like a dweeb that day. Like I had on like the polo shirt or something. I mean, something that don't look like you should be getting pulled over by the cops.
When I was in my Benz truck in a suit with my laptop in my bag, they said they drug dealer.
Yeah.
Like, number one, drug dealers were riding around in suits all day. This ain't 1971. But so I know we gotta go a music break.
Yeah, let's take a music break. So that's, I say all that to say, we saying all that, y'all, to say you can't act like, this stuff can't hit your home. I don't care how hard you try. Unfortunately, it hits our homes. And then sometimes we end up getting caught up and don't know how to do it, don't got the resources or the means to deal with. And then you get institutionalized and all this other stuff. And then you got to get out and you got to deal with still another broken system. Like, that is some real stuff. So that's why we had these conversations. And so today is one of them real kind of conversations like that. So definitely we are appreciative to our guest that's going to be in, in a little bit here. And like, we're definitely appreciative of that because like I said, it's one of those things where it's
real.
It's unfortunate, but it's real. And
everybody, please share this if you got family members, young men in your family, even if it's after we end. Share this. Share this today. And Zeke, before we go to music break, make sure you check your messenger or the Zeke Locke'd Live in the Morning email.
Oh, bet. Okay.
Next time we do funny takes, I'll send you some clips. You're going to be dying laughing at it. It's crazy. All right, so we got to go to music break. Let's
do it. Let's play our friend, our new homie of the show. Let's do some of that. Here goes CP the Genius. This is him live right here. Rhonda, hold on to your pearls, Rhonda. Here we go. All right, y'all. All right, here we go. We'll be right back.
What's going on, y'all? This is CP the Genius. I'm at the Create Place, and this is my song, Imperfect. What am I to do? Sad to say it, but sometimes I fight the truth. I gotta do better about making time for you.
I know you get fed up, baby, hearing all my excuses. And I make it hard to forget when I miss a date night or two. Just cause I'm locked in, working late nights in the stew. Justify it, saying I'm trying to make sacrifices for you. Having you crying inside, I'm fighting, picking the right thing to do. I gotta do better for you. I can be selfish, yes I love you, baby. I can't help it, that might drive you crazy. I'm imperfect, please don't give up on me. On me. I can be selfish, yes I love you, baby. I can't help it, that might drive you crazy. I'm imperfect, please don't give up on me. On me. All I wanna do is reassure you I belong to you. Make some changes so you know it's true. Treat you special like a brand new baby, just us two. Morning lovers, baby, we friends. No more swimming on the deep end. Make you breakfast on the weekend. I'ma love you till it's sinking. Don't know how I had you on the back burner. Don't know what I was thinking. Dropped the ball about 1,000 times now. Every shot I take, I'm sinking. But I don't wanna play no games. Only wanna say your name. Don't wanna play no more games. Only wanna say your name. I can be selfish, yes I love you, baby. I can't help it, that might drive you crazy. I'm imperfect, please don't give up on me. On me. I can be selfish, yes I love you, baby. I can't help it, that might drive you crazy. I'm imperfect, please don't give up on me.
That's honey. Yeah, hold that. They claim they want that soul back. Got nothing to hold back. Take you to the throwback. So that you know that we gon' take the toll back. There's a difference between being seasoned and acting like an old cat. Old heads know that it all comes back around like trying to recapture the moment with a Kodak. The Polaroid is instant. Hoping you don't miss it. Cause most of us been different. I tell you what it isn't about. The amount in the bank account. I'm just trying to figure out if I can make it through, but try to thinking out loud. Pay attention, cause he gives grace to the humble at the same time he humbles the proud. Wow, 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 yeah, wow. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your pay up. Let's go. Cause only Christ came down to save us, you know he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your way. Cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. He did something for me I could never do for myself. And because of that, every single day the movement is felt. I learned in life there's some things that are worse than losing your wealth, like losing your health or losing yourself. But we don't hear it though. We just wanna live this life to see the next scenario. Keep a view that's aerial until we meet our burial. Till then life will ebb and flow. I just want my very own plot of land. But I know my life's in the potter's hands, so I don't need an autograph from any single artisan. I don't need to worship man, cause I know that the heart is sin. Full beyond measure. Once I stopped chasing pleasure, then I felt less pressure from Odessa down to Mecca. See, he controls the weather and my effort keeps me fresher. But that ain't the measurement that I use for my own betterment. Cause righteousness is heaven sent, meaning that it's all by grace. So by to him, that is all I pray. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your pay up. Let's go. Cause only Christ came down to save us, you know he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate. Cause it ain't all about getting your way. Cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. Come on. That's honey.
And we back. Yep, we back. Hey, man. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Let's dive into some morning shout-outs. Let's get into some morning shout-outs this morning. Let's see here. Eric, where you at? There you go right there. Boom. Yo, I like that last song, though. I do like that last song. I like CP the Genius, too, of course. Like, y'all know we fans over here. We are fanning out over him, and that's just us. That's what we doing. But yeah, but I like this one too. This is Jonathan right here in the background. It's his birthday today, so we wish him a happy birthday. Yes, I figured I'd play him in the background while he does our morning shout outs. Let's see who we got in here this morning. Let's see who's in here. Look at Rhonda said, I'm gonna just throw Rhonda's comment in there real quick, talking about CP the Genius. I am literally a fan of this man. Yeah, we are fans over here, y'all. I don't know why, we just like that song. That was a good submission, y'all. Hey, sometimes people submit stuff and it's just dope. And there you have it. Let's see who we got here. We got a few minutes for these morning shout outs. So if you haven't said good morning, go ahead and let us know that you're here. We want to know. We want to wish you well this morning and just appreciate you and love on you for a minute. First comment of the day goes to Mama. She's sending blessings to all. There she go right there. Good Mama Terry, there she is right there. Yeah. So y'all give her some love. She's the first comment of the day. And here's Rhonda's mama, Rhonda. Pastor, we're gonna call her Pastor Mama. That's Pastor Mama. That's Pastor Cynthia Cohen. Y'all give it up right there. That's Pastor Mama. She's saying good morning, Zeke, co-host and Lock Stars. Praying for a fantastic show today. Absolutely. And speaking of mamas of the show, there goes Eric's mama right there. So y'all give some love to Eric's mama, Mrs. Giant Ride Out. So y'all know how we do. We show love to our mamas, all the mamas, but there's the particular mamas that raised us. We give them some love. And speaking of mamas that raised us, there's my mama. She just locked in. Look at her. She said locked in. Yeah. My mama hashtagging, y'all. What? My mama is hashtagging out here. My goodness. What is... Oh, Lord, the mamas done learn how to use the interwebs, boy. The mamas done learn how to use Al Gore's interwebs. And then, look, here's our girl, Asia Jamal, saying good morning to everybody. Y'all say what's up to Miss Asia. And, we've been plugging her show, especially for tomorrow's episode, because, as I understand, this person will be on there. Miss Tara Jones. Tara? What's up, Tara? What's up, Tara? She gonna be on there tomorrow on Pure Live, so y'all make sure to lock in with Pure Live and go and subscribe over there. I think I just did my subscription the other day while it was on there, so it should come across my screen when it goes live so that I can see that episode. So check that out. That's Miss Asia Jamal and Tara Jones. Y'all know she's a friend of the show, a sister of the show, one of our homies and one of our favorite Lock Stars, and we play her music all the time. So it's always good to hear her story and see her interview. And she is I don't want to say it that way. I don't want to be I don't want to sound too like I know everything. But I'm gonna say she might be more talented than she even knows she is. So y'all check her journey and watch her journey, track her, because she going places. I'm telling y'all. Tara Jones, there you have it. And then shout out to Miss Yvonne Timmers, from all the way over the pond, over the Atlantic Ocean. Shout out over there. Man, that means it's like afternoon. So shout out. Yeah, look here. And then Miss Brenda Rose, good morning to Zeke Lock. Zeke Lock shows to all the great names. The great moms. I cannot read. I can't get my hair done and I can't read. Crazy work. Eric, Rhonda, Rich, and all the morning listeners, walk in your blessings because God favors you. Yeah. Oh, that's so good right there, y'all. Y'all are favored by God this morning. So there it is right there. Shout out to Victoria, who's always wishing us blessings and love and all of that good stuff. Shout out to her. We love you. She always got blessings for us. So we always, receive that in love and in kindness and all that good stuff. And here's DJ Red. Y'all say what's up to DJ Red. All your DJ needs, y'all make sure to reach out to him. DJ Red, I got to give you a call to follow up on what we talked about last week because I'm putting that plan together. I'll announce that tomorrow. I'll announce that tomorrow only because I want a flyer. But y'all mark off, if you don't got nothing, I'm letting y'all know right now. Mark off the day. I was going to say February. What the heck am I talking about? I was going to say February 26th. June 26th. Mark that day off. It's a Thursday. Is it June 26th? Whatever that Thursday is. June 20 Thursday. June 20. It's 26, I think, right?
You said what day?
Thursday, June the 26th.
It's the 26th.
Okay, bet. All right. Make sure I got that. Y'all just do me a favor. Mark that day off in your calendar. I'm gonna tell y'all what's coming up on tomorrow with that day, but it's already been booked. Let's put it this way. It's the 4th Thursday of the month. Just mark off the 4th Thursday of the month. Whatever the 4th Thursday is, the 26th. Y'all mark that off. And look at this one right here. James E. Finley. Pastor James E. Finley. The James Finley, aka Choirs Be Like. Y'all remember Choirs Be Like? Huh?
Yeah, be crazy.
Remember that whole Choirs Be Like vibe? Yeah, that's him. That's them right there. Y'all shout out to James Finley. He got a lot of viral videos with how choirs be acting and doing stuff. That brother could just sing. And plus, I just love him. I love his whole group, his whole team. We every time I've been to Atlanta, except the last couple times, but usually when I'm in Atlanta, this is who I get the chance to see if I'm on the road, like with Fred or something like that. So shout out to him, shout out to his wife, shout out to everybody that's in his choir and at his church, because they just some good people. I love them dearly, and they've always been good to me. So
Rita already gave him the date. Go ahead. Rita put the date. I already told him, so it's okay. Thank you.
You and Rita got such a wonderful relationship. I love it.
I just noticed that she's late to the gate. You know.
Oh Lord. And here goes Jamaica Lachey, y'all. Shout out Jamaica Lachey. Y'all know that's our sister, our homie, our girl, my friend, and our I call her one of the prophet psalmists of the show, because we love her music over here as well. We be fanning out over Jamaica Lachey. She got 3 songs that we play over here. Say Less. Matter of fact, let's put Say Less in the background. Since I got her on the screen, let's just throw that in the background. There we go. Yeah, we'll finish out the morning shout outs with Say Less playing in the background. There it is right there. So y'all can hear that wonderful voice. Miss Jamaica Lachey, there she is. And shout out to Brony Cat. She said she's over at another platform today, but she was popping on even just for a few. Y'all see what I mean? Yeah, see, people still chime in even for a minute. Yeah. Shout out to that. Yeah.
Change the music again.
Huh?
So you gonna have to change the music again in a minute.
I already know why. I'm gonna give this shout out right here. It's my girl, Miss Danielle Campbell. There she is right there, one of my college friends and homies. There she is right there. We were talking about the conversation about, getting pulled over by cops and stuff. And, black mamas be having to give their sons the talk. She says, it scares me about my boys growing up. And sometimes you just got to have the talk with, I'm going to say sometimes, all black parents should have the talk with their child. And no, for those who don't understand, the talk is not about sex. We learned that from talking to our knucklehead friends. It's the talk about how you deal with the cops, how you deal with the police, how you deal. That's what the talk means to us, So there you go right there. And then, of course, Miss Rhonda on the rocks. We shouted her out already, but we were just talking about how we were fans of CP the Genius. So there she is right there. And then shout out to Piglet. There's Miss Piglet right there, y'all. Shout out to her. Yeah.
Piglet.
We love her right there. One of my singers and homies and friends for years. And shout out to her. Miss Janine Johnson. We love you, girl. And then look here, Eric. Rita has something to say to you. This
she was late.
So she made sure to know good morning, Zeke, not you, Eve. The relationship there is so beautiful. That's so there she is right there. Shout out right here. Look here. He's going to be on in a minute right there. His brother Marvin Treadwell. He's going to be on in a second. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all share with somebody, because in a couple minutes here, he'll be backstage with us and we'll be on. So y'all make sure to share, because that conversation is going to be good. There's brother Marvin Treadwell. And let's see here. Hold on a second. Miss Jamaica Lachey, I'm sorry. I love your song. I love your song. I love this song with all my heart, all my soul, Jamaica. I do. I does. I ain't trying to cut it off because I don't like it. I just got to play a different song, because I got to always play this song when my wife comes on, because there she is right there, the one and only. Y'all give it up for my wife. Oh, I lost it. There it is. It is Mrs. Kim Yada Locke. There she is right there. I got to give her all the... Yeah. Yeah, there she is right there, my wife. Y'all say what's up to my wife. Yes, I guess she's officially the mother of the show. I don't know. She's the first lady of the show, I guess. I don't know.
First lady, right.
First lady of the show. There she is right there. Bro, it was crazy. We was at, this is hilarious. So, 4 weeks ago, whatever that was, we had the thing at Live Free. We had the symposium. Remember, we were announcing the symposium coming up. So Pastor Jenkins, Charles Jenkins, he was the guest, one of the guest keynotes for the guest session around music and all that stuff like that and mental health. And so he was one of the guest keynotes, and he kept calling her First Lady. Because that was the first time he met my wife. So, he kept saying, and First Lady, my wife told me to call Zeke, and I was supposed to call Zeke, and then First Lady, he just kept saying First Lady, and I was like, she is over, because I wasn't sitting next to him. I was like, I know she is over there just coiling in her seat. Like, why Charles Jenkins instead of calling her First Lady. So there she is right there, the First Lady of the show. There she is right there. Oh, we love you too, Piglet. And yep, they're giving my wife some love. Oh, there goes Rita saying good morning to my wife. Oh, yeah. So there it is, your morning shout out to y'all. We have such a great episode today. I cannot wait for y'all to get engaged in this convo today. It's going to be such a good one. It's going to be a good one. Let's see. We're going to do another music break. Let me turn this on so as y'all leave comments, y'all can see them scrolling up the screen, all that stuff. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but the comments show up on the screen now. That's a new thing that StreamYard is doing. As y'all know, I have not gotten rid of StreamYard yet, even though I said I was going to. Part of that is because I just still kind of researching and looking into what else I want. Like Restream is actually looking decent, but there's this other one. Oh shoot, that name escapes me. That actually looks really good. But StreamYard is releasing some new features and stuff too, which is also kind of what makes it run unstable. But one of those new features is that the screen, if you look over on that side, look under on the bottom right corner, right there where Eric's microphone is on the screen. If you look right there, my wife just left a comment. When you leave comments, they show up, they scroll up right there. So I don't know if y'all knew that was going on or not. Just a new feature that StreamYard is doing. The other side, right on the right over your mic, right under your mic. I know, right? The thing be throwing me off too.
Because my mirror's
yeah, it be throwing me off too.
So on that
right there, yeah, well, you're right under your microphone, basically. Yeah.
So yeah, under my mic, you see it?
Yeah, y'all. So if you look right there, if y'all type some comments in there, if you type comments, they'll roll and scroll across that part of the screen. So y'all type it, it'll show it. That way we don't have to be so worried about getting it. We'll put ones up that we see that, of course, catch our attention or that are speaking to the conversation and stuff like that. So, yeah. What's up? Is that Jamaica? Is that my sister? Who is that?
No.
I can't see.
That's Nina singing.
Oh, wow. I couldn't even tell. I can't make a face out. I see it now that you said it was Nina. Now I can tell. What's she singing at? She live right now?
She was singing Monica.
She looked like Monica with her hair like that too. That's the crazy part. Oh,
you can't tell her she ain't killing. You can't tell her nothing. She was
can't tell her nothing, right?
Like I am Monica, and she had the shoes on the match from that video, the white shoes.
I remember they were so bogus for putting Monica in them shoes. But you know what though? There was like all the rage back at that time though. That was like
I don't know. It looked like that was a season off. Like that.
Yeah. You know what I can't stand? I still can't stand them to this day. And then, oh snap! Hold on, I gotta show love right here because this is my new friend, my new sister, my new homie, Miss Ollie. What's up, Ollie? That's Marvin's girl. So we got to show her love because Marvin gonna be on here today. So we got to show Ollie some love. What up, Ollie?
She's so Ollie. Cool. So
yeah, Ollie is cool people. I love Ollie. I like her a lot. She's cool people. Yeah, we you know what I can't stand still to this day? Kitten heels. I still don't like kitten heels. I don't like kitten heels.
I don't like mock neck shirts.
You still got that thing on mock necks.
Yeah, either it's stupid. Either you go wear a turtleneck or a t-shirt. That thing, that's stupid to me. And I thought I was the only person who hated it until Dietrich had until I hate that. And just like, what's that Christian song that dude hate? The chestnuts roasting. Oh, he hate that song. And then remember we did the thing with him at Jenkins Church, and I was like, they said you got to sing chestnuts. He was like, I
do remember that. Yeah. I didn't know the words. He trying to get the words down, like but yeah, the longest night in the world. That used to be my thing. I used to tell the ladies like, all right, y'all, we need heels for this event, and I was like, please, for the love of God, I didn't know they was called kitten heels at first. I was like, whatever y'all do, Don't wear them little itty bitty heels.
Yeah, Rita got some of them. She wore them once or twice.
I don't like them little heels. They remind me of something that old ladies who like. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all little older mamas, I'm sorry, mamas. I'm not trying to talk about y'all.
Older ladies wear kitten heels.
Yeah, they gotta wear the kitten heels, but they can't wear them 6 inches no more. They can't. They ain't got time for that no more. It look good on them. Like, don't get me wrong, but when you like 22 putting on some kitten heels, it's like,
Piglet. Like, why did you wear kitten heels? Explain yourself. Sticks. You don't wear kitten heels, do you?
No, she don't do it. Look, I only said 6-inch heels only. Yeah. Sticks used to wear. Y'all know Sticks is tall. She's 5'10", 5'11", something like that. So she's tall. Like, and she when we first started this, she can't do it too much no more. She still do, but she got to be careful what shoes it is. But she would wear like them big heels, like the ones with the platform on it and the 6-inch. So she would literally be like an inch taller than me. Going out. And y'all know I'm tall. I'm 6'3".
Your boy. Your boy, like Keys, wear these kitten heel like boots for men. They got a little heel on the tip like Prince almost. Like a little
you got the Kirk Franklin 22s.
And Rita.
You got the Kirk Franklins.
Yeah, Keys got a little heel he wears. It's just a little heel and it got a tap on it. It sounds like he tap dance when he walk. Keys,
Lord, no, not the tap on it.
He got that's why you listen next time you see Keys, his shoes sound like they're clicking because he got taps on because he tap dance in them men heels and stuff, but man heels. But that's him. Shout out to Keys too. He probably wearing them tomorrow at their gig.
Oh, that's right. They got that gig
tomorrow. Tell him at what's the name place? The Royal. What is the
Royal Bistro?
If y'all got Royal Bistro tomorrow, when y'all see Keys, say, "Let me see the heels." He normally carry in that black bag. He'll let y'all see him.
Now that's petty. That is bogus.
He click. He's Danny Glover when he got them joints on.
Woo! Now my mama talking about my Uncle Perry.
He got them too.
My Uncle Perry is a fashionable. First off, my Uncle Perry, he is my dad's youngest brother. And he is my dad's youngest brother, Perry Dyson, all the way out. He's in Clear Lake right now, Clear Lake, California. And so my uncle, he's the he get mad at me if I say this. He's the shortest of the uncles. He know he's short though. Like he ain't like short, ain't like that. But he just, he's shorter than my other uncles. And so he was fashionable though. He was he tell the story. He said they was grooming him to be a pimp. Like, who was he talking about? One of the big pimps from San Francisco. So, they was all raised in San Francisco, from the project San Francisco. And he was like, they was grooming him because he was pretty. He had that head. He had that. Yeah, that's my Uncle Perry. So I don't put it past him to have some heels on. Like,
These ones the Keys got.
Yeah. See? I ain't gonna lie though, y'all know me. I'm fashion forward. I might rock some, but I got to be careful. I can't wear no big heels though. I can't do that. I can't do the tall. But I wear boots with a heel on it.
No, boots is one thing, but kitten heels are another one. And you already
Balenciaga Crocs with a heel. They got that.
Yeah.
Ew. They just sound.
You already know what's gonna happen. You already know who, if you wear some heels, who gonna be in your inbox on your tagging you on his page immediately.
Who? Oh, Fred.
This dude. Let me put y'all up on.
I'm gonna do it with a kimono. I would step outside that with a kimono. And y'all better. And I'm gonna tell all the dudes, even with this on, y'all better be happy. I'm a married man. Y'all better be happy. I'm a happily married man because I still Mr. Pull your girl.
So take your girlfriend with these heels and the Komodo on.
Right, you better be happy. Somebody done already pulled my card. Somebody done already got me. You better be.
Did you see that dude that can't say Balenciaga?
Nah, who?
I'll send you a clip. People need to don't say words they can't.
I feel like Balenciaga, unless they endorse me for some reason. If Balenciaga chooses to endorse me, then everything I'm about to say is not true at all. I don't really believe it. But Balenciaga makes the ugliest shoes I've ever seen in my life. Like just them socks, them shoes that look like socks. Them they got them.
I didn't like socks. People used to wear. Girls used to wear the socks, and you could put your toes in like gloves.
Oh yeah, the glove socks. I got one pair of those one time. I hated them.
They were weird to me.
Yeah, they were weird. They were fun. They were cool, but they were just weird. Like your toes supposed to be together. Like, you know what I mean? Like your toes supposed to be together. I just felt like
separated by so
too much stuff in between my toes. It was just too much. Too much. I couldn't do it. Yeah. So yeah, that
some
happened.
guys like them. You know, some like them. It's just like certain kind of underwear, man. Right now, Mike. I saw that online yesterday. I said that's a mistake.
You know what? I got to the point where I only wear one type of underwear now. Like I can't do briefs. I can't. I don't know if that's I don't know, but old men, they seem like they revert back to briefs. I don't know if that's because that's all they had back in the day, or if that's
I don't like that,
or if that's just it helps to hold everything together. But I like boxer briefs. I don't like boxers no more. I used to only wear exclusively boxers. And then something happened. I got a little older. I don't know what happened. Maybe my balls dropped or something. I don't know. I got a little older, and boxers just got to be very uncomfortable. So I got boxer briefs, and that's like the only thing I can wear now.
Boxer briefs are comfortable too.
Yeah, they're so comfortable, comfortable. You'd be surprised how something like underwear can make your day, like can ruin your whole day. Because ain't nothing worse than having some uncomfortable underwear.
What you say, Danielle? See, no, get the boxers with the hammocks.
What's that? Is that the thing where you let your wee wee stick out? Like, is that the?
I don't know. Can you show a picture of that?
I think it's the ones with the pouch. Well, that's a
look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
What's the hammocks? I don't know. But you know the ones that like let you breathe a little bit. Those are the ones that's.
Oh, she talking about.
My mom want to know from all the mothers, where's this conversation going? Well, when you get a little older as a man, you got to know these things.
Well, I'm not gonna share this on there. I'm not gonna.
Where's your mind, Danielle? Where's your mind, huh? Danielle? I'm telling you, I get it, lady. You know, I get it. The underwear.
Some of these. See now, there's a lot of ways I can't. Yeah, drop the because
it's like undergarments make it. It ain't just underwear either, though. It ain't just underwear. It's socks too. Like I done got to the point where I gotta wear certain types of socks. I gotta have the cushion socks. I can't wear like them little thin socks. I gotta have like socks that got some cushioning behind them because my feet be hurting. Like,
and you know what? And also on Danielle, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying if I put the picture on the screen, you know, somebody feel a certain way, and I'm a guy, so I'm definitely not gonna put that picture on the screen. But I saw what you're talking about, and I've seen them. My man is 40. 40, he needs the separation.
It's true. That's what I'm saying. That's true.
Yeah, that's a true thing.
It really does happen. Like, I don't know what it is. Like that when you younger, it's like it's crazy because when you younger, it's like you can get away with kind of just anything. You can eat whatever you want, you can wear whatever you want. Like it don't phase you too much.
Use the bathroom a different way.
Yeah.
You get up different. Everything is different.
Right. Now you got to get up like it's one of them. You get up like
you get up, you sit on the side of the bed, look around a few minutes.
You gotta think about it for a second.
And then your thoughts don't come that quick. It's like your brain gotta like then they all hit you once like, oh, okay. Then you get up, then you look in the mirror, and then you look at all around at your face, the same face you didn't have for, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we had the episode the other day that said they tried to tell us, you know, the older generation tried to tell us. They tried to tell us, but, you know,
I used to laugh.
Yeah, we used to laugh. Me too. And then I started getting older, and I was like, these boxer briefs ain't that bad. And now it's all I can wear.
I don't know, though. The oldest comment I think we've had on here is Rich's comment talking about his grass. He go outside and stand on this and just look at his grass some days. Like, man, it's really getting green. I said, when did you start caring about grass?
Now you become a homeowner, you just start loving grass. You just
grass.
We was so you know we got the full house now. We got the coach house. We got the coach house, and so we got our own backyard now. We didn't have that before. It was an apartment, so now we got a backyard and all that. So me and my wife got stuck at the home. First off, I go to Home Depot way more than I've ever been in my life. I've been to Home Depot so many. My wife hates to see me talking about I'm about to go to the Home Depot real quick. I'm like, I need to stop over to the Home Depot real quick. I need to go over here to the Lowe's. So I spent a lot of time there, but we got caught up looking at backyard furniture. Like, I mean, to the effect that one of the lights wasn't working on one. We was like, well, you need to go get somebody to come fix this so we can see it. We thinking about buying
Hey, you know what it sound like? You sound like that commercial when they say you becoming your parents.
Yeah, I was becoming my parents.
Man.
We was just, I mean, just stuck looking at it. They turned the light on. It was like, oh, look, we now that's going to Menards and Lowe's and Home Depot comparing prices.
And I ain't never used to like going. I mean, I got to deal at Home Depot because that's the company I do HR with. But
yeah,
other than that, but yeah, it's certain things, you know, like other day, I found myself in the store looking at mops. Like, oh, this is a good mop. It's pretty sturdy. I'm like, I don't care about no mop. But now I do. You know, oh, he said, am I log in? Oh, he needs the link. Did you send it to Marvin?
Yeah. Marvin sent your email. Yeah. He got it already. Yeah. Come on in, man. Come on in. This is what we're going to do. We're going to, my mama said I'm acting like my grandfather. There.
You know, giving advice to people that don't ask. This is part of getting older.
Now, I'll tell you what, I don't do that part, though. I don't do that part. I don't do that part.
I don't like advice I didn't ask for, unsolicited.
Yeah, because I don't know what your situation is. It's like, you know, I might give you some advice, and that might not be the best advice for you. Now, if you ask me my opinion, I'll tell you one thing about me. I'm gonna tell you what I actually think. If you ask me, like, you know, I ain't one of them ones like, oh man, you think I was wrong for that? Absolutely, you was absolutely. I remember one of my.
Hey, you don't ask.
A pastor I know, I ain't gonna say who. A pastor I know, you know, had to take control of a situation in the church and all that kind of stuff. I ain't gonna say what the situation was or what it was, because somebody might know who it is. But he was like, right after the fact, he was like, "You think I was wrong for that? You think that was?" I was like, "Absolutely. You could have handled that with a whole lot more grace." I was like, I couldn't give you the, you know, I couldn't give you the. No, it was okay. It was all right. No, you asked me my opinion. Yeah, that was bogus when you did that. You should have. You might want to rectify that. You might
don't want the truth. Don't ask.
It was like one of them things, and I mean, it was like a full house kind of situation, and you know. But he had to do what he had to do in the moment. I get it. I understood it, but also it was like, you know, if you want my perspective, yeah, that felt a little harsh. Like that felt a little harsh. Like,
hey, welcome, like you said earlier, welcome to getting older, people.
Yeah, that's what we does. I tell you what, let's do this. Let's do a music break. We'll make sure Marvin's able to get in. Marvin, check your email. I know you on here on YouTube, but check your email. Oh, I see him coming backstage now. So cool. We'll give him a chance to get settled in and all that kind of stuff. And we will take this music break, and we're going to come right back with our special guest for the day, the one and only, I'm going to call him Reverend Pastor Marvin. We'll do that. We'll be right back, y'all. Let's see here. Who I'm about to play real quick. Let's do since we just fanning out over this brother right here. Rhonda, this is for you. This one is for you, Rhonda. And I guess it's for you too, Eric, because you don't want to be like, man, we can play this song all the time. I like that song. Like, so, but Rhonda like that song too. I like that song. We've been fanning out over this brother, so we've been pushing him hard this week. The one and only CP the Genius, and then we'll do a little bit of Merv Hammond. So we'll visit St. Louis this morning. Here it is. I like this song. Just Mike. Here it is. CP the Genius. We coming right back.
No, I never did love, just a pastime. Told myself the last time was the last time. So tell me why. I know that I'm safe for all alone, but when I'm with you, I lose control. And I'm not new to heartbreak, babe, but that's a risk we all gon' take. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. It's risky, and I know it. Once we get to going, we can't stop. We're like a locomotive.
You're a child of the King, and His love is supreme. Said He knows your days and He knows your nights. You were more than just a spy. It cannot be described how you feeling with pride when you choose to walk in His side and under His care you want to reside. I know, I know, I know. Sometimes this life will go after your smile. Try to pull that away from you, oh. But don't allow the pressure to make you forget who you are. Beloved, be encouraged. Beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay, be encouraged.
You alright?
You okay?
And my lupus is acting up. So I'll be alright. I'll be okay.
I'm standing on your promises, you haven't failed me yet. You're not a man that you should lie, so I never fret. I'm so encouraged, you gave me courage, you comfort me. With the still small voice, you said you never leave. From that moment on, I knew everything was okay. Cause you conquered everything, even death in the grave. Now who am I that you should love me and have in my praise? When it comes to your ways, Lord, I'm so amazed. You remain the same, yet daily you're brand new. When I think about it, nothing compares to you. Now gold, diamonds, and pearls, Lord, I adore you. The Prince of Peace, remove the thief from this temple. You're the Lord and King of kings upon the throne. I give you glory, and glory is God and God alone. Your love is unconditional, I gotta let the world know. Nothing can separate us, no matter where I go.
Beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay. Be encouraged, beloved, we got a promise from heaven, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus, so we're alright, we're okay, we're alright, we'll be okay. But there are times when I forget this and I give in to pressure and I make mistakes. Tell me, what should I do? Sometimes it's a relapse. If you relapse, gotta retrack. If you retrack, it'll lead back to the King that'll bring peace back. With your peace back, you can think right. When you think right, you can see light. With the right sight, then your life's tight. Your Christ walk will be alright. Alright. Be encouraged, beloved. We got a promise from heaven, so we're alright. We're okay. We're alright. We're okay. There is nothing that can keep us from the life that we have in Jesus. So we're alright. We're okay. We're alright. We'll be okay. Be encouraged, beloved. We got a promise from heaven, so I'm alright.
Yeah. All right, we're okay. Hey. Yeah. Y'all know I love this song. Y'all know this is my jam right here. Look at that. Hey. Yo, shout out to Merv Hammond, where I be all right, I be okay, all is well with my soul. Shout out to St. Louis. We just got to give a shout out to St. Louis, y'all, because St. Louis is doing the thing. St. Louis is doing the thing. They they just got that good music down there. And so we had to get them some love. We had to get them some shout outs. and Merv Hammond was in the comments right there. That was who that was on there. He was down there, said, I like that song too. Look at and then I introduced him earlier. I said he was gonna be on here. Let me get a dope track running. I said he was coming on, and I said Pastor Marvin. And Ollie said, Pastor Marvin. She put her hands up and everything. Look at that. All right. We're gonna start a street ministry or something. We're gonna start that would be me. If I don't know, I couldn't be nobody's pastor because I'd be the dude that's out in the street. Like I'd be trying to have a street church. Like that would be me. That would be me. I can't speak for nobody else. That'd be me. But anyways, y'all, we introduced this show. And actually before I bring our special guest to the stage, let me just do this just one more time. Let me throw this on the screen just one more again. This right here. We are on Saturday, this Saturday for all men, young boys, young men. Saturday, if you're in the Chicago area, June 14th, it's a pre-Father's Day brunch. And it's not just for fathers, it's for men, boys, young men, all of that. We want you to come on out. We got some good resources that's going to be there, some good conversations that's going to be there. And you just, like I said, you just want to be in the room. You want to meet folks from the community. You want to meet folks, other men, other fellas. We say fellas don't get a chance to be strong and stand together. Well, here's that opportunity. Here's that chance. So make sure you register. There's a QR code right there. You can go to my page and get the flyer, all that good stuff. And just come on out. We want to see you. It's absolutely free. It ain't absolutely free. It's just free to y'all. It ain't free. Well, we had to still pay for it, but it's free to y'all. It don't cost you anything. And we got a good breakfast. They told me it was chicken and waffles and smothered potatoes and all that stuff. They told me, so it's gonna be a very unhealthy dude breakfast.
Everybody gonna be happy though.
Right, yeah. They'll be happy though, but they'll be happy, but they ain't gonna be necessarily healthy. We'll worry about the health.
We can worry about that later.
Yeah, we'll worry about that on Monday. We'll pick that back up. You get a cheat day. Everybody gets a cheat day. All right, y'all. So come on out if you got that. If you need more information, hit me up. Or you can reach out actually to the email chrcapc@gmail.com. CHRC, that stands for Community Healing Resource Center. APC, which stands for Apostolic Pentecostal Church. So CHRCAPC@gmail.com. And you can, if you got any more questions or anything like that, you can do that. Okay. All right, y'all. We got a special guest that's coming up today. He's backstage right now. We about to get him up on the stage. And we were talking and we've been talking a little bit about his story. He works with me alongside me at the CHRC, which means he will be there on Saturday. And so we were just talking through his story, just sharing stories, going back and forth with each other, just shooting the stuff back and forth with each other. And I was like, bro, you got to come on the show, man. You got to come on the show. We having all this conversation. We got to do this on the air. And he was like, sure. I'll come on. He said he's an open book. He said he'll come on and talk and just be real. And like we gave like in the preface to this show today, this is a situation when you talk about system impacted, when you hear us using the terminology of system impacted, what we're talking about is people who have been either in the jail system. Oh, what I just do? Oh, there it goes. Trying to move my mouse and then click something. I'm like, what I just do? When we talk about people who have been system impacted, we're talking about people who have dealt with or are dealing with the criminal justice system here in America. Now, this deals with people who are system impacted, whether they were in jail, whether they were in prison, whether they on parole or probation. We're dealing with people who are maybe right now in a halfway house. But also, what about the families of those people? Because when your daddy went to jail, guess what? You had to be out there without a daddy. When your mama got arrested, guess what? They take kids and put them through foster systems and all that stuff because their mama's no longer. I mean, there's so many impacts that it has on our community. This criminal justice system in America, we talk about it all the time. We know it is broken, is messed up, and it serves the purpose that it serves to reach the people that it needs to reach, but it's destroying our neighborhoods. And then, it takes away so many opportunities and all that. And so what do you do after your time is served? And like I said, because it impacts so many of us, even if you don't go to jail, even if you've never been to prison, you either know somebody or you know somebody who knows somebody. And it don't really get much further than that, but it could hit your household like me and Eric were talking about at any point in time. We both been arrested. So on this screen, you'll see in a moment 3 men, and all of them at some point in time or another have had some handcuffs on them. Why is that the case? Why is that so common amongst black men in this community? And then when it happens and time is served, why you still got to serve more time even after you get out? Why are you still? So we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff, some of those stories, and we'll let Marvin tell his stuff. So y'all do me a favor. Let me get a cool track going on. Marvin's a cool guy, so I'm going to get him a cool track. Let me see. I'm going to Afro vibe track because he got that, he just real cool. He just low key. I like it. I welcome my man's, my friend, my homie, my brother, my coworker, he's an open book. He's the man. Y'all lock in. Y'all share this with somebody. But welcome to the stage, the one and only Pastor. Pastor Mornin. No, he's not a pastor at all. That's why that's hilarious. That's why that's hilarious. Pastor Marvin Treadwell. Yo, Marvin.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all? What's the deal?
What's happening, dog?
Yeah. For the viewers, I'm not a pastor. Don't come walking up to me talking about, can I come to your church? It's not happening.
And Zeke said that. I was just about to say, oh, welcome, Pastor, to the show.
Yeah, don't come to the about I'm a pastor. Where your church at? And how many congregations? And all of those. No. I'm like, what? I'm not. Yeah, somebody told me that you was a pastor, man. I don't know. So like that.
They try to speak something into your life. That's all. They try to.
No, man. I spit. I'm like, I spit street gospel, man.
Hey, that's all a pastor do. They worry about people. In my head, this is what pastors do. They know they got some knowledge. They're willing to share that knowledge with folks, and they care about people. And since you do both of those things, I guess technically you're doing more pastoring than some others.
You got my version of a pastor. You on the pulpit, and you got a whole sermon going on. You know what I'm saying? With this hot ass robe on.
Well, when I said it at first, Ollie was like, she put the hands up. So I don't know, man.
Hey, that's my baby. She my biggest supporter. So she gonna root for me all day long. Yeah. What's up, baby? I love you.
I'm gonna tease you about that later. So.
No doubt about it.
No, man, I'm so glad you was willing to come on today and do all that. Yeah. I'm so glad you was willing to be here. Y'all, like I said, Marvin already said it. He said, he's an open book. So ask questions and stuff like that. We'll try to hit some of that, but try to hit some questions and other stuff as well. So, again, we just want to appreciate you for being here and all that stuff. But let's dive into a little bit of this conversation here, because as I set it up, I was setting it up and saying, it's crazy how in our communities so many black men have had to deal with this stuff. And so we're talking about, what do you do after your time has been served, after you've already done time, and now you get out, you got parole or probation or whatever the case may be. You got all these things. You got to check in all the time. You got to do, but you done already served your time. Now I got to still do this follow-up time. And then, and I'll let you, if you want to, tell the story around even just the whole thing with like the whole AA thing. They may want to, if you want to tell that story, if you want to dive into that stuff that you don't even necessarily need, but the system says, no, you got to do this in order to qualify. To qualify for release. And just the brokenness of what that is and how that has such residual impact. And the reason that I thought that this was an important conversation is because unfortunately, this kind of stuff hits too many black households, whether warranted or not. It still be hitting our households, and we got to know what we facing, what we dealing with. So who better to ask than somebody who is impacted by that broken system? And so that's why we welcome you to the show, and thank you so much for being on here and being here. So let's start with that, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Marvin. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
I'm. Everybody know I'm not a pastor, but my name is Marvin Treadwell. I recently released from prison. I served 25 years for murder and non-robbery. When I was 17, I'm 43 now. I just got out 8 months ago, and trying to transition from the penal system to society. It's a rough thing, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, all around the board. So. try to navigate those things as an adult, and trying to um, be emotionally responsible,
Yeah.
at this age, and trying to manage the certain feelings to where it won't be off-putting to those that don't know you too much.
Yeah.
So when you come out of prison, you feel out of place because you haven't been in this place for so many years that it's a lot of things has been foreign to you. A lot of things is different, and you looking at life through a different perspective. So your view is different, how you look at things is different, and how you move is different. So yeah, you're gonna be a misfit because you ain't gonna fit, in society, because society has developed its own thing. Just like the penal system, you got to develop your own thing in the penal system. So when you come out, my whole makeup was penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I'm stepping out into society, so it ain't gonna mix too well.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that is, for me, you got to have a sense of balance. You can't take too much on or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just in life in general, you can't take on too much on nothing, and you just gotta kind of balance it out. Shout out to the Libras. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, he was blessed. He blessed me to just have a mind of consciousness and aware, of reality. I got my woman, my baby Ollie. She helped me out. She's my supporter. We talk about some things and help me see some things that I probably didn't see. Uh, but just moving forward in life, outside of prison or after prison, yeah, you're gonna have its challenges such as my parole stipulation. I had to do AA, but because it was part of my case, so now they saying, oh yeah, you gotta do AA. But I try to tell her in my parole hearing, like, I don't drink. I don't have no desire to drink. It's not my thing. I don't have no real alcoholic issues.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know that because I said, how the fuck you gonna tell me I don't know that? I'm telling you I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna run to the bar or run to the liquor store so you let me out. This is not what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So so I'm trying to get an assessment for that just so I can go ahead and get that off my stipulations and keep it moving.
Yeah. Like if I interject right there real quick, because we started doing a little work into that, trying to find where we can get that done and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And luckily, if I can do a shameless plug, Community Healing Resource Center, we was able to call. So I was like, yo, I know exactly who to call. We're gonna call Coco real quick. Coco, I know you gonna know a way we can get up out of this situation. And luckily she was able to call and at least get us on that pathway. But to me, it's like, why do we even have to spend time going to do something? This man, like you said, you were 17 when it happened, when you got locked up for the crime. You were 17, and because that thing happened and it had liquor involved at 17 years old. Now here you've been gone 25 years. You 43, and now you've been gone all that time. You in the system, so of course in the jail, so of course, or the prison, so of course you ain't got no. It ain't like you just going out to the club every night, getting drunk, getting wasted. So it ain't like you had 25 years of drunkenness. So sitting in an AA meeting, and not having that issue. Go ahead,
I think our DOC, a lot of they rules and regulations are outdated. You know what I'm saying? On the face, they would say we're not talking about them being convicts to inmates. We talking about them being justice impacted people. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem clean, but behind the scenes, they still got the old way about DOC. They still keep you criminal. They still say that the only way to criminality is through the drugs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had this one class called Preparing for Release, and this guy textbook, he don't have no real life experiences. Just like anger management, the guy when I was incarcerated, he was a supervisor. He didn't have no real life anger issues, right? So it's like, how can you teach this class when you don't have no real life experience to give to the people who finna step out into society?
Yeah.
So, and the one supervisor about the Preparing for Release, he was saying that, oh man, just stay away from the drugs or stay away from this. I said, listen here, man. The society in itself smoke and drink, but the world in itself don't have a criminal background. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's not a correlation to this is why I'm a criminal. You know, let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about poverty. That can be associated with why I got a criminal mindset, not alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the judge probably drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He probably got a bottle under his desk right now.
He handed down sentence drunk as hell. Like I didn't know I didn't finish that man that many years. That's okay. All right. Come on. So it's like they outdated with that and they need to revamp that. You know what I'm saying? And give out a reason to say, man, look, let's challenge your criminal mind. Why are you criminal? Why you want to rob and steal and kill? You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that point as opposed to focusing on things that's a recreational thing that people sometimes abuse. That's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for the brown and black community, they make it seem like they try to demonize us with the fact that due to alcohol and liquor, this is alcohol and weed. This is why we commit these heinous crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think they say anything about Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy being an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? But shit, they got Oklahoma Obama. They didn't say nothing about him being alcoholic, but getting still. You know what I'm saying? So the disparities between us and them is real. You know what I'm saying? For us, we criminal minds, we thugs, but for them, they had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
They was going through something, and that's why they did that.
Absolutely.
For us, it's oh man, you just coming out the womb a criminal. Come on, man. Let's be real. So
they see something in us that ain't even there, but then they put it like what's the statement? The hate you gave us, like right.
The
hate you gave. That's what thug is. The hate you gave.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Even in IDOC, they still had that same mentality. They don't want to see you progress. That the rehabilitation, let's just throw that out the window. For society, throw it out the window. It don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all about what you want to do for your life. So when you sit in sales, you're gonna have these come to Jesus moment, or you're gonna have these epiphanies like what I want to do in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's no different from a man or a woman outside in society, and they probably just never went to prison, but they just probably had a bad breaks, or they just probably doing, whatever they was doing, and they probably had a moment that said, what I'm gonna do with my life. I don't want to keep going down this road. You might have a prostitute who tired of turning, tricks. So she might want to say, I want to change my life. You might have a bum on the street saying, I'm tired of living like a bum. You might have a woman or a man living day-to-day checks, a job check and say, man, I might want to do something better. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gonna have this epiphany or just walking the road, and it's on you either continue on your same path or you're gonna change the game. Yeah. Nonetheless, it's all about matter of choice, regardless of where you at. You know what I'm saying? So even in the penal system, it's the same thing. You still got guys who still wilding. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys who doing positive things. They want to change. You know what I'm saying? They feel as though that they need to get back to the universe, such as myself, after committing a crime like that, and want to change the game for self. Yeah. First of all, we got to be yourself and then move forward and get back to the universe, get back to the community, and whatever passion you see fit.
That's good stuff. I'm gonna throw a question up here real quick, and the reason I'm gonna throw this one up here for two reasons. One, because that's my mama. Marvin, this is my mama. This is my actual mama. She gave birth to me. This is my mama. This I be calling, me. I be calling everybody mama. I be like, hey mama, hey mama. This is my actual mama.
Okay.
So my mother works. She is I don't want to get her title wrong, but she's in Nevada. I told you my parents live in Nevada, and they just moved up to northern Nevada. So she's over the mental health. All the counselors and everything for the Nevada prison system of northern Nevada. So she's like, that's her domain, her region, that's her thing. And so she had this question. She said, I work in corrections and mental health. What's your view on how corrections prepared you for release? So she's asking this from the standpoint of somebody who actually is one of the people who gets people prepared for that. She has to supervise a whole team of people who it's their job to do that stuff. And so this is actually good conversation for her. And I wanted to address this because sometimes she got to get off a little early sometimes, like 5 in the morning for her right now. But But yeah, I think it's a good question. So in your view, what is that like? What was that like? How do you think that they got you prepared for actually getting out? Was it lacking? Was it, did they do a decent job? And for those who don't know, I'm gonna throw this in there real quick before you answer that. Whenever you hear them saying IDOC, for those who don't know, Illinois Department of Corrections, so that could be NDOC, Nevada Department of Corrections of it. So the Department of Corrections, but in Illinois it's IDOC, in the Illinois Department of Corrections.
Whatever state you in, put the initial there.
Yeah.
With Department of Corrections, be honest with you, they do a piss poor job. But I can say Kiwani is a reentry facility that I paroled from, or MSR from, that help cater to you feeling more normal. So they provide a lot of amenities to give you a sense of freedom. So in IDOC in itself, you can't go nowhere without letting the CO know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Kiwani is you just sign out and going about your business, whatever you want to go to. And they had the commissary open to where it seemed like you was going to the store because you want to get a bag of chips one day, then like, I go to the mall, get something else. So it made it seem it was a lot of freedom there. You had a lot of movement to where you just go about and walk around. You just walk outside your cell house and just do what you want to do, right? But when it comes to mental health and preparing guys, especially guys who did long stints in prison, they don't, because their caseload is so big and so vast that they can't really cater to you. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't have no real issues, then they not really trying to talk to you. They only talking to people who got real mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? If you've been gone 25 years such as myself and you don't have a real track record with mental health, they ain't really finna talk to you. They ain't really finna sit down and help cater you like, okay, what do you need? How do you feel on coming out?
Sure.
Unless I was a med patient or a person that take medication, you know what I'm saying? And I got, these thoughts, whatever, then yeah, they might sit down and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm getting pushed through. Go for it, because
I had a question for you too, and it's kind of in the same area, right?
Right.
So while you were in, two questions. I know when you see those guys coming in, if you've been there for a while, you see those guys coming in. Have you seen in their eyes or in their face that fear of, I'm in here, and a mental deterioration starting of the realization I'm locked up maybe for life? And on the other side, have you seen it the mentality of those that are about to be released? Like, I'm scared to go back out there. I don't want to go out. Have you seen both sides of that while you're in there?
Yeah. I've seen both sides. When you first get, when I was in the county, this how I looked at it. When I first came into Cook County Jail, I felt a sense of awareness that I'm fighting this murder. But I felt at home because I lived in the projects, so the bricks was the same bricks I had in my room.
Whoa,
you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not to cut you off. You just said something that was just crazy to me. Like, when you said the bricks at the jail look just like the bricks in my home, I felt at home because the bricks look. Man, what do that say about where they got us living, bro? Like they're preparing us to go in.
So here it is. Me living in the projects, considered a project for people of our color to be housed like that, and at the same time, they knowing that then when they building these institutions, you know what I'm saying, they're going to create similar structures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, your peers is going to be the same guys you're in jail with. You know what I'm saying? Same guys you in the street with, the same guys in jail with. So you come in, you may feel uncertain about a lot of things, but you'll see homie, oh, what's up? So it kind of ease you up a little bit. But when you by yourself, when you sit on that bunk, and the reality here, like you facing this drama, or after you get sentenced, 60 years, 70 years, natural life. You know what I'm saying? Your mental is like, I fucked up. I I broke down the crowd. I got found guilty. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like my life was over with. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But when I went to IDOC, when I went to the Menard, it was my first stop.
Mhm.
A guy told me before I came there, he was like, "Man, keep the fight going because when you get down here, and they call Menard the pit because you really in like a pit because you got to go down a little bit." You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Sure.
He was saying that don't lose hope, keep the fight going because you got guys walking around here like zombies. When he said that, he said that guys gave up. I done walked the guy with a few guys with 100 years. At first, I
Mm.
asked, "What you got going on? What you got going on in your case?" "Oh man, I ain't got nothing going on." "Damn, how much time you got?" "I'm thinking he's short. Since you ain't got nothing going on, we in Menard, so everybody fighting." And he said, "Shit, I got 100 years." I look at him. I was shit. Let's talk about shit on the yard then, because obviously, me talking about fighting going home ain't your type of conversation. I don't want to rub no feathers wrong, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wow. Yeah.
he was content with that. But then also you got guys that you see the fear in them as far as going home. You know, they don't want to verbally say it because, every man pride ain't finna admit the fact that he's shook. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that have fear and you got some guys that have uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
fear is they took in so much IDOC that they can't see themselves outside of that place. But then you got guys that did time, ready to go home, but have certain uncertainties about certain things because they support might not be strong. You know what I'm saying? They hearing these scat tactics when it comes to ain't no jobs out there, and it's like how I'm survive. I don't know what to do. You don't have no real experience, such as myself. Since I was 17, I've been in IDOC, so I don't know. I didn't know how to be an adult. So I had an uncertainty stepping out, like, man, I don't know how to really do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I do know I got to do something, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
me stepping out, it had some uncertainties on some fronts, like, hey, the support system and things like that. But
Yeah.
they had resources available. So it's just let me just start off slow, tap into these resources and work forward. But you got guys have mental issues that didn't cope with IDOC by taking medication for so long that when they do get out, they don't know how to really function. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Those guys, if they ain't on prescribed medication, then they chasing the alcohol or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To try to curb that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when you in prison, it's 90% mental. If your
Mm.
mental is strong enough, then you gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
you got guys. I done seen guys who lost their mind, who really
Yep.
lost their mind, and they didn't. I don't think they knew where they was at. You know what I'm saying? I had this one cat. His hair was matted all over his head. The funk was protruding outside the cell because you behind the bars, and uh, and he's like, "You got some squares on you?" And I'm like, "Damn!" I had a little pouch of tobacco, and I gave it to him. And I looked at him, and it spooked me because I'm like, "Damn! I just started a 32-year bit. That could be me if I don't keep
Mm.
my
Yeah.
sanity." You
Yeah.
know, and I think my spirituality kept me intact. Then the Bible talks about turning you over to a debased mind.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turning
Yeah.
you over to your own self. I saw that. I
Yeah.
really saw that. You know what I'm saying? You got guys in there that they were just, they lost it. Especially
Wow.
when you losing family members and loved ones, or somebody that was your biggest supporter, and they died. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
some people can come back from that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no weed, ain't no drinks that can kind of curb that. You got to deal with life at its rawest form. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no choice behind that. Raw and uncut. How you finna deal with the fact that your mama died?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
And
saying?
then you have that daily fear of, like, that daily fear of violence, or what's going to
Yeah,
happen to me
yeah,
today. I got to go maneuver through this spot,
yeah.
and
Because you got
this
people
man feel
that
disrespect. Yeah,
you got people that
COs.
just don't give a fuck about life. You might
Yeah.
have a sonny who might be we call them bugs. Those are the guys that's mentally ill, and he don't know what he's got going on, and he's ready to take crap as well. So it's if we can't if we can't get it along, we're gonna get it on. You know what I'm saying? And I can't
Yeah.
sleep because I don't know how far you gonna take it. So we finna be on a standoff until the CO come. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to figure some shit out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it was a desolate place. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have a sense of balance. And then, you know, for me, my last 3 months, I couldn't sleep not because I was anxious to go home, but I was scared to die in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard so many stories, guys be 6 months short and they check out. You know what I'm saying? A heart attack here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And just cardiac. It's just like, damn, I don't want to die in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done heard guys that had a year left after they did 14, 15, 22. You know what I'm saying? Family waiting on them, and all of a sudden he died. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear those stories, and now it's your time is up to go home, you like, man, I ain't trying to check out. So any type of abnormal thing happen in your body, you want, let me go to the hospital and make sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a cough that is unnormal. You damn, hold up, what that is? You know, you make sure you survive. So it's mental. You know what I mean? It's like jail to play on you. You know what I'm saying? So
now, and that's crazy. Now, tell me, and I've heard this before because I had like Zeke said, all of us that had a situation before. Did you notice with the COs a lack of concern for the inmates? Did some to you have more of a concern for your well-being, and then you had some who I'm gonna do my 8 and hit the gate. That's all.
Yeah, you got majority of those guys, COs, with as you stated, they do their hours, get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about you or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You can have a real legitimate issue and they'll play games. I'll wait till next shift. You know what I'm saying? Wait till somebody else come. Don't do it on my shift. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
So if you having a seizure, motherfuckers don't want to do the paperwork. I didn't have scenarios where this one celly I had, he had throat cancer. Now he had to get up at 5 a.m. to go take his meds. And he had to get up at 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Take his meds. So we was in Mount Sterling, and you got to hit the button to open up the door, or have the door pop for you. So he at his regular time, you know what I'm saying? He 4:30, he popping the door. Like they come let me out. So I'm gonna take my meds. They never popped the door.
Oh
So
Lord.
what he did was at 5 p.m. he went to healthcare, and he was like, man, I tried to go to Medline this morning and they ain't popped my door. So the nurse lady, she looked in a book and said, you signed in. Your med was prescribed to you. He's like, that's impossible. So back then you had to have these call passes, and everywhere you go, you got to get signed out. You know what I'm saying? To go on your call pass. So he still had a call pass that was issued to him the night before. So at 5 a.m., he would have had to go to the bubble, which is the control center, to have his call pass signed in order to go to healthcare. That was never signed. So that was just proof that he was never let out of the cell. You know what I'm saying? So then you have some COs. When I was in Nod, I had this one CO, and he had his ass whooped early in the years, when the joint was open. He was like, man, he came in there, didn't know what he was doing, and he talking reckless, you know what I'm saying? And they got on his ass. So after that, he just had a newfound understanding about, look, these men are still human beings. They still are men. I can't be talking crazy to these people.
Because you know what he probably thought, because I'm the CO, I ain't got a problem. Some of them are like, man, I'm here for life. I don't care nothing about that. I'll go to the whole.
Not at all. You got just like you got bosses that come in with power struggles at home. You know what I'm saying? They try to take it out on you. By nitpicking with you to help you do little mediocre shit. You got COs do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? They got power struggles at home, or they not feeling significant as a man at the crib, so they want to come to jail. Not only the fact that it's a race thing, but it's also an ego thing. You know what I'm saying? I got authority over you, so I can say, God damn it, pick this up. You know what I'm saying? Go lock up, and they'll talk right. I haven't seen COs 5'5". He talking to my motherfucker head better 6 something. Go lock the fuck up. Right?
Yeah.
So when the dude stand his ground, hold on, I bit off more like a troop. Now I got to call my troops saying, hey, we got one to go. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is this:
And they
if
hit
I
that
can talk
button.
crazy to you, if I can nitpick at you and hey, you bug up, then they won. So
Mm-hmm.
now they gon' of course you're going to say they gonna fuck up half your property. Half your property gonna get lost. You know what I'm saying? So now you at loss all around the board. So now you on C grade, can't call your people, you gotta know what's going on with you. You gotta purchase everything that they destroyed. You can write a grievance about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the time the grievance get resolved, you would have to replenish that shit because it'll take 8 months to a year for you to get some type of real relief when it comes to monetary.
And the
You know
worst
what I'm
is you got the grievance and you hand it in and one of them get it.
Right.
And they open it and see it and they're like, oh, okay.
You can put it in the grievance box
Mm-hmm.
and the grievance counsel get it. But check this out. The grievance counsel was the XCO.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the write up on the CO might be his homie.
Yep.
And he don't such wrote you up. He wrote a grievance on you, you know what I'm saying? But just so happened he worked the same house you live in. So now here come the harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He do extra with you. You know what I'm saying? It's all like that type of shit. If you can't, you got to have a sense of balance in that place, man, and try to stay low key. Because if you crash out, you might get gratification of knocking them out, whooping them, whatever it may be. But they finna put hands and feet on you when they get to you. Because once they cuff you up, you ain't got no defense, so you can't cover up. And they gonna beat you. You got several men that died in prison because of that. By the hands of COs. You know what I'm saying? And the COs literally getting away with murder. You know, they're getting away with murder in there. So it's scary.
You just said a thing right there. You just said a thing with that one right there. I'm gonna ask one question. We're gonna take a music break. We're gonna come right back. I'm gonna ask one question because you keep mentioning all these different places that you were in the 25 years you were there. You mentioned a bunch of names that some people have maybe never heard: Mount Sterling, Kiwani, Menard. There we go. Like, how many times did you get moved around? Like, what was those experiences like?
Well, when I was in the Max joint, I originally was sentenced 32 years. So I was shipped out of there once I got down to 20 years. And then I went to Mount Sterling, which is Western Illinois. Once, and then I didn't like it down there. And so I ended up getting another transfer to Centralia, which is like I think it's a South institution.
Yeah.
And then from Centralia, I moved to that's when I moved to Gale, not Kiwani. So I've been to 4 different institutions. Yeah.
Gotcha. I tell you what, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a quick music break, give you a chance to get some water and stuff like that. And then my mama, she in these questions, boy. I'm telling you, my mama working the system, so she really want to know. She loving this conversation. She got 2 questions she asked. I'll preempt them for you, so you at least can think about them a little bit. And then we'll take a quick music break. But she asked 2 questions. The first one is, what supports helped you manage the anxiety and fight depression? So I'll keep that one started there. And then she asked the second question to follow that up. How can family, churches, and etc. do a better job supporting during your time? So we'll of course I'll readdress those questions when we come back. But at least you can kind of think on them while you get you some water and stuff like that. We'll be right back, y'all. This is really, really good conversation. My dog, my homie Marvin Treadwell. This is real good conversation, y'all. So, if you got any questions and stuff like that, Marvin, as y'all see, is an open book. He telling y'all
lay it on me, man. Lay it on me.
He telling y'all straight up what it is, what it's like getting in, what it's like getting out, and how we can be of support and all that stuff like that. So, this is real good conversation. But for the time being, we're going to take a real quick music break because I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to hold y'all. I've been drinking this coffee. I got to pee. We're going to take a quick music break. Here goes Blanca with this song called Safety featuring Called Out Music. Just one song, and we're coming right back with more of I done deemed him Pastor Marvin Treadwell, and I think Ali agrees with me. So there we go.
No, baby, don't agree with
Ali
that.
agree with me, then it's real.
I don't agree with that.
Now we'll be right back, y'all. Y'all, man, this is good conversation. I love it. I love every minute of this. This is awesome. Here it is. We'll be right back.
In times of trouble, God, you've been my shelter. When the world's shaking from all
I found your love, never letting go, never letting go. Take my hand and lead, and I'll follow you. Oh, you hold me down like an anchor below. You surround me with perfect peace, and that's why I say,
there's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. And my life can testify that you've been here by my side. You're my safety, you're my safety. I follow, let you lead the way, everywhere I go, every single day. Never wanna leave, I just wanna stay in your loving arms, in your embrace. Never let me go, never let me go. When I'm on a high or even when I'm low, everything's aligned, I feel it in my soul. 'Cause I know, I know, I know you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with you, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety. There's a peace I can't deny, and I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. You're my safety, you're my safety.
I will be running to you.
You're my safety, you're my safety.
So hide me, hide me in your loving arms.
You're my safety, you're my safety.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive, it keeps bringing me joy.
Yeah, okay. Blessing to coming in front of me. Coming in front. I'm in the cup with a bag on me. How you feel? Like I got my piece in this heavenly? Yes. We not the same. Keeping the fake up under me. You know. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm in the lead. Yeah, no checking the scope. Plain to see. You reap what you sow. You cannot face me. I gotta say this life is amazing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time he say my life. Come in with that talk. Please don't kill my vibe. Shorty got that walk. She know what I like. Yeah. With the gang and it's some shit, yeah. Okay, I'm in the still, I got the truth. Look at the pedigree. Okay, I never lose when I'm on the move. I'm leaning on the G. Okay, dipped in the water, only the Father coming in clutch for me. Coming in clutch, coming in clutch, coming in, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive,
yeah, you problems I avoid. Why would I give up my core? Belief in you gon' change my world. Make me feel like I'm the world. You, well, maybe I'm not sure. Just make me your little vessel. I won't wrestle with you, Lord. I got all these blessings raining. I'm gon' need a new umbrella. We don't do that stressing, baby. Faith gon' work in any weather. Once I gave him all of me, I just hit the Hall of Fame. We take Jesus over shame. Got no limits, but he not damn. They say no, I'm still a saint. Yeah, I got a lot to prove. Fill my life with room. Here I got that tune. Yes, I couldn't help it, my confession. Tell him I'm about to bloom. He wrote me up from the womb. Blessings coming soon.
blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive.
Yeah. Hey, and we back. Hey, y'all, we back. Of course, y'all know we got my man's Marvin Treadwell is here, and we are coming right back with him. Hey, y'all, if you're not already here, if you're not already locked in, or if you haven't already shared it, if you haven't asked any questions, feel free to ask questions. As y'all see, Marvin is an open book. Y'all see that he's there. Let's get everybody back to the stage real quick. Let's get everybody right back. Boom. There we go. Oh, how I lose Marvin? There you go. I'm not how I lost him. There we go. Right, man. Crazy work, man. So before we left for the break, there was two questions that I threw up there, and I think they were good and legit questions. So let me find those questions one more time. So the first one, let's dive into this one right here. The first question. What supports helped you manage the anxiety and fight depression? What supports were there for you in place to help out with that? If you speak to that just a little bit, if any, if none, I mean, hey, that's the answer. But whatever that was, what are some supports? Did you find those things inside of the jail system, the prison system, or did you not find much support till after you got out? I mean, what did that look like for you from your perspective?
Well, the support I received, it comes from for the first 13 years, I was by myself, besides the fact that God was there with me the whole time. So your main and sole support got to be you. You got to have confidence that you're going to get through this. You got to mentally preach to yourself, encourage yourself, because when those that you love or say they love you don't show up, you got to yourself. Because it's going to happen. Because the reason I said is because being in prison is not a normal thing. So I don't give, excuse my language, I don't give how family orientated or whatever background you come from that was tight knitted or dysfunctional, they don't know how to deal with prison life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? So you may have to coach them how to do things, you know what I'm saying? Or some of them just pick it up, but a lot of people don't know how to do it. So you're going to be disappointed because you may have a hiatus where you ain't hear from somebody in years and they pop up and you want them to stay, but they leave. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to do it. And we hold grudges in prison because we like, man, why you just leave me hanging? You know what I'm saying? So your biggest support got to be you. You got to have some type of spiritual foundation to maintain a sense of sanity and to manage anxiety or depression. Because I think in life, everybody going to go through it, right? Regardless if you're incarcerated or not incarcerated, you're going to deal with anxiety and depression. So I think you yourself got to have a sense of self-awareness as to life going to happen. And you got to maintain a course that's steady for you to be able to manage whatever life throws at you, whether you're in prison or out of prison. So I think it's just, this is all around the board balance. And whatever your spiritual beliefs is, tap into that. Whatever your chakras is, whatever it can be, you need that to maintain overall. And then whatever else you get outside of that, as far as support wise, guess what's up. But you got to have that sense of balance. But for me, when I was in prison, I just had to really realize I got to do this time by myself. Even if I got support, I can't solely rely on them because now I'm giving away my strengths and my independence and say I'm gonna give you this to make sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? So when they drop the ball, you devastated. And it's gonna take time to pick that up because a lot of cats they have women that come into their lives, they have families come to their lives, and life happens. A woman get up out of there, your family members they get up out of there, and it's not solely on you or something that you did, but life happens. Shit take a turn that they didn't expect or did expect, but you not knowing it. You just going off a routine. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They do this, they come through, and all of a sudden things starting to slow up or just stop. Period. Now you stuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about you got to have that sense of balance and knowing how to maintain your own uh, sanity.
No,
And
that's good. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah. No, that's good. I like what you said right there. Like, and that's a good segue into actually this second question that was there. So, how can family or churches, etc., family, friends, communities, churches, like whatever the case may be, what can they do? What can we do? Folks who on the outside, like, and now you on the outside, so of course you got a different perspective on this. But there's a lot of folks who ain't never dealt with this, ain't never had to, and then it hits their home. What in the world, it hits their home or it hits somebody that's, they watched them grow up in the church and now they end up in jail. I can remember this boy. There's a young he's a man now, but young boy got caught up in something, moved to Iowa, got caught up in a situation, and he was a good kid, real good kid, got caught up in a situation at a daycare. They locked him up. They put his black self in jail while he was out there in Iowa trying to go to college, trying to go to school. And, if I'm being honest, maybe I've fallen off because I used to write them and all that stuff back and forth. I don't even know how to contact them no more. Like these things, like we fall off on the outside world because like you just said, stuff come up, stuff happens, life get to life, and then it's like stuff gets pushed back when you're thinking about the folks that's on the inside. But what in the world can we do that would be a better support to folks that's on the inside to help them deal with it, to help them cope, or just to show that support? What can we do?
Well, the people that on the outside trying to support the people on the inside, they got to ask themselves this one question: how much this person really matters to me? And when you ask that, and if this, or if it's not really this person really matters, then you're gonna move off that action. It's the small things. It ain't got to be all about the money. It's small. It's just having that human connection with a person that give an inkling of a fuck about you. And that's enough. A card is okay. A person might read a card or have it posted up for like 2 or 3 days after he gets in the mail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a sign that this human being is telling another human being that, hey man, you matter enough to where out of my day, I'm gonna send you a card. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't admit that my cousin, he stepped up for me after 13 years. He came back in my life and he was standing firm for me. You know what I'm saying? He of course he was my financial supporter, but he was also going through life issues. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, he made it to where if he got it, I had it. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't have it, I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So he worked out. You know what I'm saying? A great deal. I got to support him for that because he got his own family. He got 3 kids, a wife, mortgage, car notes, school supplies, clothes, all that. And to add me to that, you know what I'm saying, was him showing that, look, I care enough about you, man. I'm gonna make sure you straight any way I can. You know what I'm saying? I can't be stressful on it. Now you got family members that they take on your bit with you. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of incorporate your bit to their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So my co-defendant's sister, she's been instrumental in his life. You know what I'm saying? And she talked to several other guys that's incarcerated just to give him a sense of like, man, cool, motherfucker really care about you right here. And we want to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? But to have nobody, it can disrupt a person's peace, a person's sanity.
Wow.
It's like, whereas he might want to give up. Like, man, ain't nobody giving a fuck about me. Why should I? But the reason why I say that because I was like that. I was on the verge of giving up to the point to where if don't nobody care about me, why should I? Because I had lacked self-love at some point in my life. You know what I'm saying? And when you lack self-love, it's easy to give up. So when I go back to that conversation I was having about the one brother on the yard and he gave up on life, I understood. I understood that shit. He gave up because when you coming up in a dysfunctional background, there's no roots in how to love yourself. So you growing up not loving yourself for real. You know what I'm saying? So when you get put in situations where everybody else saying fuck you, it's easy to tell yourself that. Man, fuck this shit. Man. I ain't gonna do this shit. You
Ooh,
get depressed.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's when you starting to lose hope. And it's gonna show in your appearance, you know what I'm saying? And whatever your actions is, you're gonna just say, fuck it. If the police wanna fight, let's go at it. If my seller wanna fight, let's go. And now you just got a negative vibe getting pushed off. And everybody like, man, this nigga, but everybody know he gave up. So that's why I always say your biggest support gotta be you got to find a way to love yourself and tell yourself you matter. Because if you sit on this earth, you matter in some fashion.
yeah.
Regardless of the circumstance, you got to tell yourself, man, I matter enough to breathe another day. So therefore I gotta make it count.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get to that last leg of your race and you telling yourself, I should have loved myself more. You know what I'm saying? I should have gave a fuck about myself. Even if nobody else did, I should have cared enough for me to enjoy whatever life God gave me.
Yeah.
In whatever capacity, it was given. Yeah, I committed a crime. I got to forgive myself that. And there's this quote that says that when we judge, we are less likely to forgive. And it don't go for everybody else, it go for yourself. If you keep putting these harshes or these condemns on yourself, it will be less likely to forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to admit the fact that with the mind state I had, I did what I did. And I can't take that back. I got to move forward. I got to forgive myself for those actions and move forward. You know, let's just go simple as Saul in the Bible. Let's just say, man, he never forgave himself. Would he have wrote the books that he wrote? You know what I'm saying? Would he have did the things he did? There's something you got to say, man. Look, even Peter, when he denied Christ 3 times, after he said, I ain't gonna deny you. Hell no, not you. Not you, man. Me deny you, man. You got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I never do you like that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? But he did. But he had to forgive himself. You know what I'm saying? So even though the Bible talks about the men that became men of God, as humans, they had to go through the same thing we go through and forgive themselves for falling short. You know what I'm saying? They had to forgive themselves in order to move forward. So you got to forgive yourself for whatever you have done in life in order to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Whether you step down on your lady, whether you whatever egregious thing you did. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that, man, I can forgive myself, man, because your perspective was only catered to your developmental years coming up. So whatever you was developing in your developmental years, that was your perspective on life.
Yeah.
So when you move off that perspective until something changes. When something changes, that's when you got to look back and say, okay, I messed up those years. Let me change some things. Let me make things right. So for one, let me forgive myself all my actions, all my wrongdoings, and then let me move forward. Now you still gonna have people who still gonna say, I remember you was like this, I remember you was like that. Yeah, me too, but I moved on. If you still want to hold on to that and be close-minded about that, then by all means go for it, but don't do it around me. Matter of fact, I'm moving myself a little further, because obviously you stuck where you at. I moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look at that right there. If I'm talking to church folks, because I got a lot of folks that's church folks on here. If I'm talking to them, what I'm hearing, what I'm saying is, what I'm hearing is a bunch of the language that folks talk about in church, but then you had to really figure that out and live it out. Because one of my things is, for folks like me who grew up in church world and all that stuff like that, we hear these sermons come across every Sunday. Forgive yourself, and you got to forgive others, and you can't judge others, and you got to turn your life around and do all that. And this stuff's like we hear it in passing all the time. But what happens when you actually end up like you was in a situation where you in there and now you behind bars and all you got is to lean on the Lord. All you got, in a whole different kind of way that a lot of folks who, say we got it ain't never had to experience the Lord in that kind of a way where it's like, no, Lord, I need you to really lift me up. I really need you because I know that, like you said, you year 14 in on a 25 years, on a 32 year stint, but you got out in 25, but let's say, you 14 years in, what the hell, that's 14 years. Like that's Still, that's a long time. That's enough time to give up. Most people would have gave up 10 years before that. But now you got to lean on the Lord in a whole different way, and still knowing like, okay, I'm still gonna be in here. All I got is a trust in Him to help me change, or if I can use a church word, repent, which don't mean saying sorry and look for forgiveness. Repent means a change of mind, a change of heart, a change of focus, a change of just going a different direction, looking at it and saying, hey, my life was going this way. It got me here, but I know one thing's for sure. I'm going a different direction. I don't want nobody around me who gonna try to hold me down, like you just said. Like you bringing that energy. Now you all right. You stuck. You do what you do. You do that over there. Don't bring that over here because I'm trying to make a change. Like, so what I hear from you is, like I said, Pastor Marvin. I hear you preaching right now to folks that you put into practice what church folks be preaching all the time, and you had to put it into practice in a real way that didn't have no safety nets behind it. It was real, honest to God faith and trust and repentance, if you will. Like
you still gonna have the people that's gonna look at you the same, right? And it's in your face. The reason that's in your face because the CEOs always gonna look at you as a murderer. They always gonna look at you as a criminal. You know what I'm saying? And you can. I just seen CEOs, which is correctional officers, put his nose up to a guy that's into the word heavy. You know what I'm saying? He clean cut in why he in there. He ain't on no bullshit. He clean cut. He into the word. He stay in alignment. You know what I'm saying? He follow rules and regulations. But you got this one CEO that took his nose up as if, man, who think you better than? You still a criminal. You still locked up for murder. You know what I'm saying? You still this and the word. But so right there, it's in your face. So people gonna still look at you the same.
Yeah.
And that's on them. That ain't on you no more. Once you moved on and changed up and say, man, if you still looking at my past, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? I can't convince you no other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not here. I'm having to forgive myself just to prove to you that I'm changed, man.
Yeah.
Not for me, not for you. You know what I'm saying? So you still stuck on that. I can't help you out of that. That's something you got to deal with on your own accord. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I had to look at this. This is just for in general. Everybody on this planet Earth gonna always be in a position where they're gonna need mercy they motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody on this place, as Jesus stated, who has not sinned cast the first stone. Everybody gonna ask for forgiveness from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a parent asking a child for forgiveness because he had a misjudgment on something. Whether it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend relationship, whether it's a mother and a child relationship, whether it's a business owner and an employee relationship. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna make a misjudgment or a mistake where they're gonna say, man, forgive me. Just like the rich man and the poor man. You know what I'm saying? The poor man asked the rich man, like, man, spare me one time, I ain't got the money. And I ain't trying to, he get down on him. But when the rich man went to the king, like, hey man, I ain't got it, hold it. Hold on, you mean just get that man no rhythm when he came to you asking for mercy? You know what I'm saying? That's when we forget that we try to hold everybody up to these judges and standards that we forget that we gotta do the same thing, ask forgiveness to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask forgiveness from my mother and all this. So we gotta remember that. That's why we gotta remain humble in this life. You know what I'm saying? And say that, hey man, who am I to sit up and hold you accountable for something that I asked somebody else to forgive me for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have mercy on me on this because I know I'm bogus. It goes hand in hand. And you got to remember that. You know, you got to forgive yourself for that. And you got to be patient with people. Because when you meet a person, you want to meet a person where they get in life. You don't know where they've been, you don't know where they came from. When you meet a person, you think where they get in life, until they tell you their story, you don't know the backdrop. You only meeting them right then and there. Now, if you quick to judge him, you're not giving him or her a chance to show you who they truly is. And they can be a genuine person. They just going through a little struggle. You know what I'm saying? They just going through a little something and need some help. And if you holding them back because you see them as a person that you wouldn't hang with or identify with based off how they present themselves, when was you in that position where You presented yourself to somebody and somebody else has stood you up. Like, I'm straight on you. Because of your mindset. I'm going through the process of life here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying goddamn it, break the bank for him or nothing like that, but just consider the mercy you can show a person and how far they can go.
Yeah.
You know, it can go a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, what I hear in there is if I had to put a preacher spin on it, what I hear in there is Jesus' words when he say, "Why you worried about the speck that's in somebody else's eye when you got a whole beam hanging out of your own?" Like, it's, we all could end up in a situation or position, and you don't know the circumstances that somebody that got somebody to where they are. What really matters to God, in my view, and this is my view, this is the Zeke Locke view. This is what matters to God. This is what I think matters to God. Where you going? That's what matters. Like, are you gonna stay there? Are you gonna turn it around? And so it's a lot of people who it's a lot of people who mess up, and they're willing to go to the altar and do a whole bunch of I'm sorry's, and they'll call it repenting. I went and repented because I did this thing, and it's I'm sorry, Lord, don't strike me down, all that stuff. And I don't think God cares nothing about your apology. I think what he cares is, did you make up your mind just not to go that direction again? And what I'm hearing in this is that this is what our criminal justice system is supposed to be for. The criminal justice, and I'm highlighting that word justice, is because justice is when you look and you got right. Justice and righteousness biblically are linked together as words, and you can't be right with people. You can't say you're just and having justice and that you're righteous unless you can look at people and look beyond the fault, like that old church saying, look beyond the fault and see the need. Was the fault the thing that you're going to focus in on? So now that's that CEO who's looking at you going, I don't care if you're reading your Bible and you clean cut and doing all that. You still a criminal. You still in here. That's not justice.
Hey, Zeke, it's been CEOs that got locked up.
Yeah.
Right? CEOs that got locked up. The same CEOs that I bear witness to be hard on the inmate or be hard on a brother and turn around and get locked up for some pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Or for drugs. You know what I mean? Lost his job because he was abusive to his broad, whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? I've heard stories about CEOs that they very abusive to their woman. But here it is, you want to get down on the motherfucker that got a domestic violence background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey man, we just got caught. Right?
Yeah, that's the only difference. That's the only difference.
Yeah. But they don't see that. But I have had CEOs that said that only difference is I didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that it's just an occupation for them. You know what I'm saying? Even if they assholes, it's still an occupation for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got to know how to maneuver through that and go on about my business and survive this situation I'm in.
Yeah.
But, our DOC need to change a lot of things when it comes to try to reform the prison system in general, and I think they need to start from the inside out. Don't put it on paper and say it sound good. Yeah, no, it ain't good because the mentality of it is still the same. Same as when they look at us different when it comes to police and society looking at the black men, and they are automatic assuming the worst. The CEOs in prison automatically assuming the worst, especially when it comes to black folks. Oh, they got something up their sleeve. They got something going on. They give up too much power. We don't have all the game to where every time we open our mouth, we trying to swindle you out of something. No, that's not the case. It's not the case, man. Or if I'm walking down the street, just so happened, I'm walking down the block that I live on, it just so happened to be a private drinking environment. Don't look at me as if I got to have something going on. I got to deal with you aggressively.
Yeah.
So I think, overall, man, before you do that, you gotta look at yourself and say, who am I to judge this man?
Man, yeah. And that's what it's all about. Like, justice to me is not, justice and fair. And we got to wrap up. We at the 10 o'clock here because this is good. And I feel like this conversation can go some more. We're going to do a part 2. We're going to definitely have to do a part 2. We're going to definitely have to do a part 2. We locked in. So that's definitely easy to do.
More about just getting out and dealing with that.
Yeah. We'll do a part 2 and talk more about, because that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. And y'all see how much y'all see how much these brothers and sisters deal with, because I'll throw this real quick thing in there. We did a support group one time. Remember that support group we did? It was supposed to be one thing, and it turned into being like a thing that, and I learned so much. And me and my wife was talking about that. We learned so much about experiences and stuff, and just in that support group that had system impacted folks. Shout out to Ollie, she's in there. Yo, baby girl.
My baby, hey baby, I love you. I can't wait to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, get your mushy.
That's my baby. Straight up.
Yes, man. Listen, we're gonna do a part 2 on this conversation, y'all. But we at the 10 o'clock, so we gotta wrap it up. I tell you what, we do a round table every time, Marvin. Give the people a couple minutes, real quick, just to just give them a real quick. Just tell them some final closing thoughts for to wrap it up. Just give them a couple closing thoughts. You can kick off our round table. Yeah.
And my final thoughts is, when you love yourself enough, you can understand the struggle when other people don't, and you can kind of help them navigate some things that they want. You know what I'm saying? So be patient with people, be patient with society, be patient with the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember where you came from. You was not always at this top of your life. You had to climb up. So when you work off people that's trying to climb up, just recognize that and give them some patience, man. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna be all right.
Yeah, we gonna be all right.
Right?
Hey. Y'all give it up for Marvin Treadwell. Eric, go ahead and give your final round table thought real quick, E.
Oh, yeah. I'll make it quick. Hey, man, we appreciate Pastor Marvin coming on today. Just kidding. We appreciate my brother coming on today, sharing what he's been through and his experience, because as Zeke and I stated earlier, there's probably not a person that's watching this that has not been affected, or a family member been affected by the prison system and by going to jail. So, hey, don't judge anybody. Don't look down on anybody. Everybody makes mistakes, right? But God gives us forgiveness to have a new life. He gives us the opportunity to have a new life. So, hey, keep Marvin in your prayers. Keep his girl in your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. And hey, pray for those that are in prison. That's something I do every night. Pray for those that are in there that are innocent, that they get released. Those that are in there for guilt, that they find forgiveness and find a peace that can keep them. And pray for their families. But as I say every day, God loves you. He don't judge you, but he loves you. Jesus gave all for you, give all to him. And now we hand it over to the host of the show, because I'm headed out for work, Zeke.
Yo, y'all, thank y'all so much. I gotta give a special thank you to my friend, my homie, my coworker, my co-laborer, my dog who teaches me so much. Marvin, I gotta thank you so much for being on here and just being an open book and being willing to answer questions and do all that. I mean, that's just been amazing. It was such an amazing episode. Like I said, y'all, we got to do a part 2 so we can focus a little more on what it's like getting out, because, there's the pretext is what it is to be in, but now the getting outside of it, we'll do that definitely. Let me throw a real quick shout out to our homie new CP the Genius. That's our new homie. We've been playing his music real tough over here, so we got to give him a shout out for being in here. And then, shout out to Rhonda on the Rocks. Next time we have you on, Marvin, I'm going to see if my mama will get up early enough to be on with us, so she can ask some of them questions directly, so I ain't got to do it in proxy. So I got to do it in proxy. But, yeah, man. This, again, a good episode, y'all. Y'all heard everything that was said. Y'all heard everything we was talking about, everything that it is. Y'all saw all of that. So y'all do me a favor. Take heed to what was said. Like I said, the word justice is linked to the word righteousness. You want to be righteous, well, you got to be just with people. And justice ain't looking at somebody, looking at them just going, well, you did the crime, so now you just got to do it. No, understand. Get understanding. The Bible says, in all your ways, get an understanding. Yeah. And that means for your brothers and your sisters as well. Understand the situation that they got in, and it'll help you not to judge so much. Can I, since Rich ain't here, can I say the prayer? Can I do the closing prayer since Pastor Rich ain't here, y'all? Y'all mind if I do it? Lord, thank you so much for every lock star that's been on here. Thank you so much for Marvin, for Eric, for everybody that's been in here. Lord, my prayer is that something that was said today would resonate, that it would go over well, Lord. It won't just go in one ear, out the other. But thank you, Lord. I'm thanking you even for Marvin, who was willing to get on on and was willing to talk openly, candidly, honestly. Lord God, my prayers that you would like help those words resonate with everybody who heard them, for everybody who's dealing with the criminal justice system right now. And I know we all at least, Lord, know somebody. At the very least, we know somebody who's dealing with it. So my prayer, Father God, is that you would help us now to take these words, be able to use them to make positive impact, positive change. Help us to see what real turning and repentance even looks like for our own selves. Help us not to be judgmental, but help us to be advocates for our brothers and sisters who are dealing with stuff, Lord God. We love you. We bless you. And for every person that's on here, give them a great day. Give them a great rest of the week, Father God, with school, work, and everything else, the families that they got to deal with. We know life be life, but help them out. We appreciate you. We love you. Since Rich ain't here, I'm going to say his lines. Life is choice driven. You live and die by the choices you choose to make. So I got a hint for you. Choose life. That's our other co-host. He always say that line, but he ain't here today. So I stole his lines today. There it is right there. And we know it must have been a good show because the mamas of the show are saying thank you for this amazing episode. There it is right there, y'all. When the mamas of the show say it's good and we know it's good, we can get off of here. So, hey, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be blessed. Don't forget the Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow, though, y'all, tomorrow morning for another Friday episode. And we'll see y'all. Till then, peace out. I'll see you soon, Marvin. All right, y'all. Peace.